fake news.
It's Saturday, baby.
All right, another episode of Saturday Night Sell Swords presents The Sword of Air. Excellent campaign setting, published by Frog God Games. Big shout out to Bill Webb.
Episode 30. We're putting in the love right now.
Yeah.
It's very enjoyable so far.
Episode 30,
Try to keep
the descent into the Cyclopean Deeps from the Howling Fortress.
You mean our revenge against the Howling Fortress?
Yeah, your revenge against Yulam Pupor, the vampiric wyvern who could, theoretically be credited for the death of Uric Lowe, as he is
I'm pretty sure it was just a bunch of mundane arrows.
Yes, but he is the blood god that the Knolls worship.
I think we have
Right.
mostly avenged.
So, recap from last week. The group pushed into the central keep
Yes.
of the fortress. There they encountered the Knoll High Command, which included a very large knoll of barbarian in nature, their leader, Hulak, his assistant, Friskish, a sorcerer of some kind, and as well as several honor guard and other low-level spellcasters. There was quite a haul of loot
Yes.
taken from the central keep. Most notably, you found the focusing crystal, which the Deadhead Ned was able to identify as the primary focusing crystal needed to channel the light of the sun down into the Cyclopean Deeps. Secondly, you found a ring of 3 wishes.
I forgot about that one.
Associated and tied to the draconic lord Behemoth. And finally, you found a Popeye's biscuit.
I mean, yeah.
But it has the opposite effect. Instead of choking you to death,
Yeah.
it keeps you greater rested.
Yeah.
And what? Leaves you nourished for 24 hours. if I
Yes,
remember
so
correctly.
upon consuming the biscuit, the first thing that happens is you get your level plus your con's score and hit points in immediate healing.
Okay.
1 hour, or no, 24 hours after consuming the biscuit. Huh?
He
has
ha-
this written down?
He does.
Yeah, I'm
And she
recapping.
does.
He's
recapping.
recapping.
Okay. My bad.
Yeah.
Because some of us get good at that.
Yeah, within 24 hours, Greater Restoration will kick in, or can kick in.
Can kick in.
Yeah.
That's assuming that nothing within those 24 hours happens to nullify the magic, such as like
And you need
greater
something
dispel
rested.
magic. Yeah. And then finally, you also learned that it does come with a little bit of repercussion. Repeated use tends to
Bloats and
bloat.
death.
Yeah.
Alright. On a less serious note, when do we find the KFC Gravy of Heal?
That's down in the Cyclopean Deeps. It's at the bottom of the bucket, if you will.
Oh, excellent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there potato wedges of
Soaking,
infinite fortification?
just soaking in chicken skins.
Oh no, that's in the infinite bucket of fried chicken.
So-
we need the ring for that.
I think we all ate some of the biscuit to be fully replenished, as well as our other survivors.
Not yet, but your battle thing behind you has fallen over. Just thought I'd let you know.
The force.
And
Like-
the other thing is, before we do the rope trick or anything like that, I would like to go out into the field to go fetch the cart,
Yeah.
the donkeys, the horse, and any of the equipment we left outside, just so that we have it inside and we could start loading treasure up into the cart if we really felt the need.
Okay. So as you go out into the field, down the causeway, you find those 6 merchants who were just like, we don't really care if there's a fight going on or not, we're running for it, attempting to steal your donkeys and carts.
In no uncertain terms, we're going to see how well this club of Balby actually works.
All right, you
Did I just
you definitely Balby those merchants, and you find basically that the beasts of burden were not really willing to work with some individuals they didn't know. So Tic Tac, Click and Clack, your horse, the donkeys, all of them were putting up. They were acting pretty stubborn to the new handlers, and the club quickly dispatches them.
Yes.
Our true.
And then I proceed to bring the beasts of burden, the cart, and the horse into our newly taken top level of the fortress.
Noted. So, just for clarification, at this point, you have several beasts of burden and your more camp-like belongings up here in the fortress with you, in case it matters.
Okay. Now, would anybody like to enlarge person me so that I could quickly load up the treasure into the cart while we figure out what everyone else is doing? Because I know several people here have enlarged person, and it would make it much easier for me to go to 9 ability modifier on strength and just here.
I don't have it.
He has it. I believe he has it. I think he might have it.
I don't
I've got an large animal.
He has it, but it's a
So I don't
natural
think
ability.
It count as that.
So I'll,
You know, enlarged person.
and I did have it ready, so I will cast it on you. I will also cast Ant Hole on you.
Junica will recommend, and just as a bit of a recap for those watching, Junica was the cleric of priestess of Freya, who was rescued and was hanging out in the Eastern Tower with some of the other individuals within her retinue. Junica will recommend that until the wyvern is slain and either the entrance to the deeps sealed or we know that it's cleared, we bring the beasts of burden into one of the keeps so that the wyvern cannot attack them.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a stable in one of these keeps.
Well, she's actually suggesting using your combination of like enlarging and things like that to kind of forcibly open up some.
She wants to make a
medium-
bigger hole.
Yeah, these are large creatures, so she basically wants to have you guys assist them in squeezing the creatures into one of the actual stone buildings. That way, the huge-sized monster can't come in and get
Okay.
them.
My only request is we don't use the Eastern Keep because of the hyenas.
That's a good idea. So she will suggest the central keep. That was where your last session was, or now that the white pudding and the trolls have been taken care of, the western keep.
I would also like to feed my horse a bite of the biscuit.
Okay, your horse consumes some
Well,
of the biscuit.
I'm not the one holding the biscuit. That's why I'm making sure the person who has the biscuit knows.
You wanna give the
I
horse
want to
a
give
bite
the
of
horse
biscuit?
some biscuit. Yeah.
Sure. It's infinite.
How long have we been in here? It's things to eat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the other effect of the biscuit. Is one bite was enough to sate you for the day for both food and water.
Yeah. So now we can leave the horses and the donkeys here, completely fed for 24 hours.
Yep.
Yep.
Not to mention if there's anything wrong with the horses or the donkeys.
What
then
about
I
the
would
Null
eat them.
Priestess?
What about the no pretis?
Are we going to ask for her assistance, let her go?
We're gonna ask for her assistance, and then we're going to give her 8 people some biscuit.
I'm pretty sure she didn't want to help us.
I thought
She is
offered to help
actively
us.
evil, and so Grendir, Junica, and Sherman all would actively protest with working with her.
Also, she
has
just
not
wanted us to
cast
leave the
Detect
key so she
Evil.
could just leave and
Uh,
just stop the actual
Don't-
Ned the Deadhead did cast Detect Evil and revealed to the party.
Dad,
she was
Grendir
I don't want to be rude. Who the hell is
I wasn't
Junica?
around when that happened.
The Cleric of Freya?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I got confused. I thought we were talking about the Cleric of Freya.
No.
That's
we're-
my mistake.
Yes. In the Eastern Tower, where the 2 trolls were, the
Yeah.
jailers, there was one Null Priestess who
was
was altering image herself to disguise herself as a humanoid.
Ah, and she's the evil one.
She's the evil one, yes.
Okay. Once again, everybody, for a grand total of 15 gold, that's 5 gold ahead, I'm willing to rid us of all 3 problems.
I'm just gonna let her go.
This
I'm gonna
is
go
a
up there.
generous offer.
And
I'm
yes,
no-
I'm aware.
Actually,
you still have
that's,
the key.
that's actually not a bad
Are you?
idea.
I slightly
I'll
hand
give
you
the
that.
last- I'll give you
Player-wise,
5 gold,
I'm
but
aware.
not for
Oh.
who you think it is.
I go up to the jail cell.
Okay.
I'll go with him.
No, the no.
I let her know that the rest of the people that are
I'm
alive
not
have already
breaking
left.
names.
I'm gonna let you out.
He's letting her.
You can leave. If you want to help us, we're gonna try to destroy the thing that was using you people. But most of our party members aren't gonna want to work with you. So I'm giving you a chance to leave. But never come back here.
Okay. So, yeah, she says that she'll wild shape into a bird and just kind of fly away. That way
As she starts to walk.
Did she just do that and just fly
the-
out of the cell then?
No, because you couldn't squeeze through the bars.
If I do
At what
crisscross?
point does she turn into a bird?
Probably once the cell was open.
So I start going through the keys.
The second she's a bird, I throw my +1 spear back.
You kill her.
Well, it's not out yet.
I was
So
paid to do a job.
Alright, so you start rifling through the keys.
that's weird. Oh, didn't you have the keys before?
I did.
Well, now she does. Now
There should be a key short.
No.
Alright.
Can you pick that up?
He stole the keys.
Can I pick the lock? I can actually unlock it. That was the one I successfully locked and
And then she
unlocked.
didn't.
Because he
Yeah.
stole the key.
I'm asking you. We're gonna let her go.
I mean, or I can just shoot the key out of my sleeve, or I can just unlock the key that I stole.
Alright,
Okay.
are you unlocking the
You
cell?
let her out? So we can get the fuck out of here?
Sure.
This is the clerical Freya.
Yep.
Okay.
I will unlock the
I have
door,
no contract for her. Don't worry.
and I will swing the door wide open.
Alright,
I'm like, alright. Never come back and never bring your people back.
alright. So, at that
I thought she was
point,
dead.
yeah,
At that point, we
the-
have her
we're not in
equipment.
initiative, and so there's a little bit of out of order here. So, at that point, a spear would be thrown and the bird is impaled into the wall.
Shame.
Once again, I'm not killing the cleric of Freya. I'm killing the
What
evil
the
cleric
gnoll?
Noel.
The
Yes.
fuck?
I was paid to do a job.
Well,
Unfortunately, you knew what I was.
it's like
when you hired me.
polymorph, right?
Yes, but she was slain in her, animal form. And so she reverts back to null form and is impaled on the wall.
Pull the spear out and
Can I get that back?
haul it. No! I give her a piece of the biscuit.
And she's dead.
Oh,
She
she
was-
was only like, what, 2 hit points or something?
Well, yeah, she was emaciated from being, like,
I
blood
thought she was
drained.
getting food from the clerk the whole time.
No.
No.
Yeah, she was in
No,
disguise. She was getting food.
disguised and-
That's how she was able to keep doing magic, I think.
Not enough food to thrive.
Yes, however.
But she's dead.
She's dead, yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I look at you. Why'd you do that?
I was paid to do a job.
Who paid you to do that?
I cannot divulge those sources in the same way I would not divulge you hiring me for this group to anybody outside of this group. It's it's strict confidence.
I look at Rael. No.
Listen,
You would do it yourself. She wouldn't.
Once again,
Grendir!
Yes. Yes, Grendir's listening. What is the problem?
Wait.
Problem.
Imagine
Did
me
you
in a
pay
Star Trek
Ricardo
shirt.
to kill the Null Priestess?
I look over her body at the wall. Oh, the evil one? No, but
The one who was
good
going to
throw.
leave and do nothing? Thanks, Bruce.
Bruce, what do
Well, what was the actions coming beforehand?
She was just
Did you-
raising
Grendir,
her.
did you hire him to do that? As a player, I already know the answer.
Grendir, it's okay. Tell them the truth.
I see. I'm implicated in such a.
What did I say? I say, Grendir, it's okay. Tell them the truth.
Uh-huh.
How does that implicate you into anything? I'm
Did
just
you-
advising you how to handle
Did
the
you-
questioning.
Or Sherman pay Ricardo to kill her?
Under the good oath of Tyr that I have taken, I did not pay to kill the Knoll.
18 on sense motive, so.
Maybe he's not rolling
I know. Yeah. I know he's telling the truth.
Sherman just.
I don't think Gauss would do it.
Whoa. Who's Gauss? That thing has a name?
Okay,
amazing.
let's get focused, guys.
We are focused. He's trying to
Make it a
figure out who
note.
would pay me.
To talk to Alec later.
Anyway,
you
we-
feel Van staring at you across the way.
I know. But by the way, Grandier,
And he
there are
knows.
2 more evil creatures if you'd like to pay me gold for them as well.
We'll think about it.
There's no more evil creatures besides the dwarves who
No.
kill people with doors.
No.
Ricardo.
There is
Hey.
a spellcaster who sold his soul to a demon, and another one who attacked a party member, and I'm willing to take
The
them
one who
out
attacked
for a
party member is
reasonable
insane.
rate.
Sold to a demon? It sounds like
Heresy.
yeah, heresy, blasphemy.
We'll deal with
Yeah,
that
what
stuff
is-
later.
What's the
Anyway,
law with that? Tell me.
I go talk to the cleric of Freya.
Okay.
There's a reason.
Yeah. My pride.
You go talk to the cleric of Frey.
I advise her. We have your equipment. As I remember, we have an understanding. If I return your equipment, you'll assist us in the bottom of this dungeon.
Yes. Yeah. It's my intent to see this place rid of it.
Okay. We'll bring yourself and your men outside so we can arm you up and feed you.
Okay.
Alright. I open the door and I lead her to her equipment.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Don't worry, I've brokered a deal.
I mean, at this point, she's already been kind of like moving around the fortress because she helped you with the animals and stuff. But yeah.
Well, I mean, she's also got to get her people.
Yeah. But yeah, so she grabs the merchants, and they're all willing to take up ranged weapons and don a little bit of armor to help you guys fight. And
We have the weapons for them.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Exactly.
and
We
so
have
as
mundane crossbows and bows. if they want to use those.
Better than fists.
yeah.
Very true.
But yeah, they agree that they're willing to descend into the deeps after you and assist in attacks. So they'll do the best they can. She does inform you that they're not actually bred for fighting or warriors by any kind of standard. So yeah, they're basically just peasants with crossbows. So any kind of fear-inducing effect, like the presence of the wyvern or any kind of other bad thing down there, may cause them to break because fear effects are a thing.
So
and
it
they are
sounds to me
peasants.
like they need a little mass prod.
Looks like
Uh,
do some training.
Yeah.
Because
if you-
doesn't that protect against fear effects?
No.
No. What's the one that protects against mass fear effect?
Bless.
That's it. Bless.
And it doesn't render them immune. It gives them +1 to hit and +1 on will saves versus fear effects.
Which could be useful.
Yeah. But also, I don't know if Sherman has his aura of.
Yes, he does.
All right, so
So if you're near me, you get.
you get bonuses.
So keep
Maybe
Sherman by
bonuses.
them
Yeah.
then.
And since that's a class feature, that would stack with the spell.
I informed the Juno, was it?
Junica.
Judica.
She's named
what-
after a
I
Junica.
actively
of
stay
what
away
we
from.
suspect is down there and what we know of and whatever Ned has told us.
So
Actually, yeah, we asked Ned.
Strict
Ned, what
company.
the hell is down there?
all right, so Ned the Deadhead will say that it's been a long time since he was down there. But what he can recall is that there is a mausoleum of sorts where a wraith entity is entombed. It is protected by a series of traps designed to slay the unfaithful and designed to test those with a heart of virtuous valor.
I say we send in Grendier.
If
From the beginning. You started talking before you finished.
Sounds like the
Get
good
ready.
Lord Tyr can help one of our.
so in the mausoleum,
Sounds like
right, there's
You have
some kind of specter or
Van.
wraith.
I wonder if there'll be a
Right.
door
One-
for Grendier.
It is, as you guys all put your collective heads together, you deduce that it is Shuramabi,
yes.
the architect of Rappanathic.
Based on all the research we've accumulated up to this point and what we've
Yes.
seen.
But based around that information, Ned, I think we should send Grendier in. Because he is the most virtuous.
He just wholeheartedly says, like, you want to send
Van
Rael
spits
in.
up his drink as you say that.
Rael will be the one best suited to navigate that area.
Ned, where do we put this
Rael,
initial crystal?
what do your drowish
Well,
brains think?
Hold on.
So many
She's trying to take notes, I'm trying to answer questions, I'm trying to give hints. So alright. So, the tomb is protected by a series of very elaborate traps. They're designed to kill the unfaithful and to test the faithful with hearts of virtuous valor. Ned is like, send Rael. I've seen the way you guys work. Send the rogue.
Oh, wow.
Now I need to ask the question: how many innocent people are in there, Ned?
You're more virtuous than him.
He didn't say that. He just said that he's going to be better at avoiding the traps.
So he thinks none of us are virtuous.
My dwarven pride.
I
I hear it coming.
Is what?
Created to tempt. Can you hear that, bud? I'm
Test.
reckless and valorous.
All right.
High on top.
He also recalls there being a gorgon of sorts that lives within the destroyed temple of Tyr.
What do we know of gorgons? Do we know any? Could I do a check on that? Just so I
Yes,
know?
it would be knowledge dungeoneering.
What about nature?
I will accept nature at a higher DC.
How about history?
No. You know
18.
that gorgons and medusas are maybe the same thing.
Medusa was a
18 on nature.
In the classical, yes. However, in this they've adapted Medusa as a creature type.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Could you do knowledge engineering?
That is the skill I'm looking for, yes.
15.
Same thing. You think gorgons and Medusa are maybe the same thing. You're not too sure.
Yeah, you said
21.
nature.
I'll take nature, but at a higher
29.
DC. Okay, 21?
21, 29.
Alright, with your 21, you would know that a Medusa and a gorgon are basically the same thing. They have an ability where if they look at you, you do not need to make eye contact. This is the difference. A Medusa, you need to make eye contact, and it invokes a petrification-like effect. A gorgon can look at you and invoke the effect. Those are the two different things. Alright, so in this case, as long as the gorgon can see you, it can use a standard action to cast a spell-like ability similar to Flesh to Stone.
So I agree that we should send Rael because he has that dark thing he can do, where something can't see him,
That
and
that could
therefore
be an
With
option.
invisibility
Could not
or
take
greater
good.
invisibility.
Blind.
So,
It.
you don't know.
Yeah.
With her
But there's the
29,
traps, too.
she would know that both Gorgons and Medusa have low light vision, and one that has been living down in the Cyclopean Deeps for this long has probably adapted or become attuned with its environment enough that it could see regardless of the level of darkness.
Like tremor sense and things.
Tremor
like
sense
that.
or a scent.
Okay.
But could it really turn you to stone via tremor sense?
Then would
You don't know.
Yeah.
with such low light vision, if you actually use like a daylight spell, all of a sudden would it actually do something to its vision?
Yes. So violently adjusting the level of light invokes 1 round of dazzled on pretty much every creature. So it's similar to a strobe effect. If you guys were in deeper darkness and then somebody dropped a sunburst and violently changed the light effect, everyone would be dazzled for at least 1 round as your eyes adjust.
I have a question now.
I have an answer.
How would that affect me? Because I have light sensitivity.
Negatively. Like,
Unless you put your goggles.
So it's
Yeah.
so like say they would be dazzled for 1 round, I'd be dazzled for like say 2, 3, maybe even more.
I'd probably rule it as a D4.
So a chance at 1, chance at 4.
So we know
Yeah.
about a gorgon now.
So there's the Gorgon. There is also the Wyvern that obviously lives down there, which is a separate entity from Shiramabi. And so he does believe that in order to fully destroy Shiramabi, you must first slay the Wyvern. The Wyvern was not intended to be imprisoned by the Paladins of Muir. Therefore, it has probably retreated to the deepest depths of the deeps and has taken up some kind of home in this, like, benthic detritus underground lake that used to be down there.
So it's potentially a black dragon.
How many floors are down there, Ned?
There are 4, each one with a different purpose. The uppermost floor, the one directly closest to the first focusing prism,
Okay.
is Shiramabi's mausoleum. The second floor also has a focusing prism on it, and it is more of their advanced holding cell area. So they did actually have prison cells up here in the keep, but that second floor is more of their like maximum security area.
Okay.
He recalls that at one point in time you could hold at most about 10 entities on that floor. How many are in there now, he doesn't know. But many of them probably, once the Gnolls came in and took over, any of them that were still in there were probably sacrificed to the Wyvern or to Shiramabi.
A good chance of less threats.
Yeah.
Do you recall what was on that floor?
No.
Before? Alright, and then below that floor?
The third floor also has a focusing prism. And if all 4 prisms, the one up here and the 3 down within the Cyclopean Deeps, are somehow activated and channeled, he does know that it will render the essence of Shiramabi severely weakened, but not helpless.
So, let me get this straight. The first floor is his mausoleum,
Correct?
but his essence is on the bottom?
His essence resides within the Wyvern. Wherever the Wyvern is is most likely the bottom, because there was this underground lake down there that had like cave fish and such in it that the Wyvern could eat reliably without having sacrifices.
Okay. Alright. And where do we place this first crystal?
The this first crystal needs to be placed here at the ziggurat.
Okay.
And Ned the Deadhead tells you that although he does not remember the incantations, careful examination of the ziggurat will reveal a ritual needed to activate the crystal. It does require someone capable of channeling divine magic to activate. An arcane, somebody who can channel arcane magic could possibly assist, though it is considered to be
You need holy magic.
yeah, it is considered to be, something of divine nature. Once this first pillar is activated and the sun's rays have begun to be harnessed by the focusing prism, you will see the light descend down into the deeps.
Are there stairs going down?
There were at one point. As you guys, I'm assuming at this point you've kind of, you've taken your day or two to heal up and rest.
And during that time I would have gone in at higher altitude to use spyglass to kind of see the, not because of Casey's still right there,
Yeah.
kind of looking around the top of the ziggurat.
It actually appears as though the Wyvern, Yulanyapur, has sensed the destruction of the cult and has retreated down into the deeps. It no longer sits at the top of the ziggurat.
I feel bad.
Then during that time, I want to do that thing. So I do it like a search check to find a roughly 10 by 10 boulder.
Yes.
Next question. How do you intend to move said?
I rolled a 4.
Alright, so you realize, okay,
You have to cut it to shape. Or you find somebody who has shapes to...
you find an appropriately sized boulder.
No,
for
you
your-
just
for
use
your goal.
stone to flesh and then carve it to what you need and then turn it back.
Oh god. Alright,
Then
so...
I cast Shrink Item, and then I wear this boulder on my pant belt buckle.
Okay,
That's it.
Look at the stones on this guy.
okay.
Nice pepper.
So, as you look down, you're doing a little bit of scouting.
Mm-hmm.
There was, at one point, a set of stone stairs built into the wall of a large cylindrical mine shaft that descends down into the deeps. The weight of the Wyvern and years of exposure has collapsed the first 80 feet of descent.
You still have slow fall, right?
How long is the travel from here to
My
Apophos?
boots with cat means I can descend, so I basically just need you.
Yeah, so I'll just grab onto you.
200 miles.
You make it
Works like that.
simpler. and
Sure
I
does.
have communal spider climb.
Days travel.
Okay.
You don't turn
I
into
thought
100
yeah, no, where
miles?
you're gonna make me hug the spider.
like-
again.
Expeditious retreat with fly. A day's travel.
Oh, a week's
Expeditious
travel.
retreat doesn't actually affect flying.
It doesn't.
Shit. From last week, did
But
you want to
she's
do
gonna
any rolls
spider
for
climb,
us, or you
so
want
I'm
to wait
gonna
after?
climb down.
We're gonna do that after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait, what did you ask?
None of your business,
Dream
okay?
sequence?
It's gonna
Oh, okay.
wait.
Yeah. Thank you, Mrs. DM.
Do what I want.
Boy, I wish I was giving the
It's
DM
actually
candy
less.
J's too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, the first 80 feet of the stairwell has been collapsed. After about that point, you can see the remnants of what would be considered giant-sized steps within the wall. It would be to move from step to step would be either a jump, acrobatics, or climb check. Or spider climb. However, that's not the hardest part is descending that first 80 feet.
No,
There's a
it's the
staircase, there's
landing
walls
that's
on
harder.
either side, so we can just climb up the wall.
You could, yes. The walls are slick with the blood of sacrifices who have been brought to Shiramabi here at the top of the ziggurat. You can tell from the various amounts of torture equipment, chains, ropes, and lashes up here that the gnolls would perform blood-letting rituals to feed the wyvern.
So as we're gonna be, if we're gonna spider climb, as we're going down, we'll be on top of her, and we're gonna be doing
No.
presentation the
That's
entire
not going
way.
to turn into a spider.
You're
No,
not
I
doing
have
that?
communal
No, we're
spider
climbing
climb.
down.
So
Oh,
everybody
we have
can
to
each
touch-
We're all
Oh.
spider.
You guys
No.
can
I thought
walk
we were
on the
doing
wall,
spider
basically.
again.
Spider-Man.
You can just walk on the walls, guys.
Okay.
Alright, but
Or the ceiling.
Dan, I'm just going to grab
If
my L and
necessary.
jump.
alright. So where is
Did not work that way.
the actual spot where we set the stone, and does it work at night? Does it have like a battery? Does it keep suppressing things while the sun's not out?
You don't know. Nobody has actually rolled their religion checks to analyze the top of the ziggurat yet.
Well, I would like to do that.
But it's at the top of the ziggurat where we need to place it.
Yes. So as everybody groups at the top of the ziggurat, you can see that there are two large pillars. So this is the actual opening. There are two large columns, kind of like a Greek-style column, that rises up about 20 feet in the air on opposite sides of the opening. Across the top, there is you guys would assume that they're chains, but they're actually made out of rare minerals and forged into the shape of chains, connecting the tops of the pillars together. Bound within the chains is the first focusing prism. You immediately sense an aura of good about the object, which would have prevented the gnolls and prevents the wyvern from making contact with it. At this point, I would need... Grender, you said you rolled your knowledge religion? And
Yes.
is anybody, before you give me that, is anybody assisting?
I
Confused.
What?
Is that... Are we at the top of the ziggurat, or is this just the opening?
You're at the top of the ziggurat.
And there's two pillars on either side at the top?
Yes.
So did we find an item that allows us to turn on the focusing prism, or did we find a focusing prism in that last loop?
You found a separate focusing prism, which, now that you see this setup, you could probably deduce that there is a similar pillar down in the deeps that needs repair.
Gotcha.
And we did find an item to tell us how to use it. His name is Ned.
Yes. Okay. So nobody assisted the knowledge religion roll.
It won't give much.
Sherman.
Sherman can assist, and I'll have Junica assist as well. Roll me a d20, please.
But Royale's the
How high do you have to roll
staying
for an
away
assist?
from him.
You just have to meet a
I
10.
would.
Okay, so it
Well,
is
not him, but
I know
the
what you
head.
That's a plus.
The good aura.
Mm-hmm.
No,
That's good, yeah.
Well, I rolled
Let's
a,
have some biscuit.
All right. You have an assist from Junica.
I got 27. Like, just base roll.
Okay.
So 28.
Now
28.
29. Does Sherman assist
Yes.
for a additional 2, so that's
Yeah.
31.
31.
Okay, good. The DC was 30.
Oh, cool. Oh, I thought 27 would work. Okay, cool.
No, now no. The difficulty of the dungeon just took a significant shift upwards. So be prepared for the need to actually assist each other with checks because things are about to get significantly more difficult.
I just realized Ned could have assisted.
Ned could have assisted you. That is one of his properties.
I've got to remember that.
Okay. All right. So the first thing you recognize is that in order to interact with this hanging focusing crystal, you have to perform a ritual up here at the top of the ziggurat.
Okay.
The ritual is actually inscribed into the stone pillars, and after you spend a few, probably 20 or 30 minutes, cleaning off the flayed flesh, fat, and blood from the top of the ziggurat, there are actual relief works within the top of the stone that denote the completion of the ritual. It requires you, whoever is attempting to activate the crystal, to place both hands on the left pillar and recite the incantation. Through your combined efforts, you are able to do this, as one person effectively is analyzing the old archaic common that the ritual is written in and translating in such a way that Grendir is able to perform the ritual.
Okay.
So, at this point in time, I'm assuming you guys you've rested for your day and a half or whatever, so I'll say it's morning time. The light coming from the sun pierces the clouds and is drawn to the focusing prism itself. And after about one full round of being exposed to a direct sunbeam, begins to shed bright light as per a third light category. So it is considered a 9th level spell.
So I'm blind.
Yes. Rael with light sensitivity and any other creature with light sensitivity, such as any of the gnolls or the wyve and the kobold, you are not blinded, but you are definitely dazzled. You're dazzled. You are blinded.
Cue the music.
Please roll a fortitude save.
What's the DC?
You also roll.
I'll tell you that after you roll.
Steve.
But the DC is 18.
What I do?
I said you also.
I'd
roll
like to assist
fortitude,
him.
Steve.
I'm gonna tell you after you roll. It's 18.
Well, I didn't want him to be like, well, you just said it higher after I rolled, so I would fail. No, it's a DC 18.
I just want to know if it was possible for me to pass it.
Yeah.
Roll it.
That's that one.
Oh no.
All right, so you're going to be blinded for 10 minutes.
Oh,
And that's how long it's going to take your eyes to adjust. I will say that because you are a surface-dwelling drow.
Well, I do have my goggles, and I do have them on during the day.
Okay.
Does this aid in the effect at all?
Uh,
I would assume no.
It'll shape
in
off
this
the
case, I'm going to say no.
Because you
But-
rolled a 1.
Yeah, but you did it. I will say that it is not obviously like a permanent effect. So after 10 minutes of basically healing your eyes and getting the like white sparkles and blots out of your line of sight, you are able to regain your vision. Though you must actively avert your gaze from the focusing prism. Otherwise, you would be making more fortitude saves.
Van makes notes.
On a
of his
fun
condition.
note, it has now been over 24 hours since he imbibed a biscuit.
Okay.
Does the greater resto have any effect on his ability to remember things or beat
No.
himself?
Okay, good.
Oh god.
Okay. All right.
It's been
I
20.
sent you a text message. You see it?
No.
I think it's 24 hours yet, but
I didn't get
Noted.
Thank you.
Nobody ever sent me.
eyes there.
I send you texts all the time.
And you get some ingredients.
I don't see.
All right. So
That was from her.
a couple of things you learned
And
from
you
the
poked me in the
ritual.
holster.
This ritual can only be performed once per year.
So don't fuck it up.
Wait, and who's doing the ritual?
Grendir.
Shit.
We're fucked.
Grendir's already succeeded the ritual. This is something that he's telling you ex post facto.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
So
We'll have to
Good
do it
job.
3 more times.
See, it
Oh,
only-
so
it only
basically
lasts
we have
once a year.
365
No.
days before we can attempt
No,
this
sorry, you
again.
can only do it once a year.
Yeah, you have 365 days before you can do this again. There is a command word to stop the channeling of the focus crystal.
I keep it to myself.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
If you had said it out loud, I just.
I know. I was thinking about it. I'm like, Josh, don't do it.
All right.
Please.
So,
May I know?
for Grendir's information,
No,
Okay.
you shouldn't know.
all right, the command word to immediately end the spell is
Daddy.
by the shadow of Arden, cast in this holy light.
It's a long ass word.
Now, I was gonna say
Cease.
that's a big word.
It's a yeah. It's
Long
a
dashes.
command word, but it's a phrase.
See, they say it's a word, so we
By the
don't try to
shadow-
guess it.
Yeah.
Cast.
Shadow of Arden.
Of Arden, sorry.
Cast in his holy light.
Yes.
Cease this provocation.
Please. Antiquing?
Okay.
Okay.
I got the button.
destroy the
All right. You have the red button.
Yes.
All right. You know 2 things
Yes.
that can be uttered at any active focusing crystal,
It's on by.
and it will turn off all focusing crystals associated with the ritual.
Okay.
Okay.
And what is that? Is it the same thing?
There are 3 more of these objects down in the deeps.
Okay. And that phrase will shut them all off at once.
So long as you're within touch of at least one of them.
Oh, okay. So as we step away, I would technically be able to say it. I
Yes.
just can't be in touching range.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure of that.
In case it comes up.
Mhm.
All right.
Oh my.
Ever keep that to yourself?
You better keep it to yourself.
Don't tell Alec.
Okay.
Don't tell Ricardo.
Now the ritual will last for 24 hours.
Oh.
However, you can extend the ritual by pouring a substance known as the Tears of the Goddess upon any of the focusing prisms.
Okay. So.
You can create this by creating holy water dedicated to Muir. And rather than imbuing the substance with silver, you imbue it with gold.
How much gold?
1 gold coin's worth.
So
Oh, that's not
time
bad.
frame, guys.
So who's
We should probably do that.
who's a follower of Mir?
Currently nobody.
He's gone.
But doesn't mean you can't
That was
dedicate
Mithras.
it here.
Oh shit, close enough.
Alright.
Yeah, we can still.
So we need to
Would I
fix.
be able to still make holy water dedicated to Mir?
If you found a holy symbol of Muir, you could.
Don't we have the sword?
We have a dead head.
More
Who's a
importantly,
follower of Mir.
we have the armor that has the
Yeah,
whole
don't we
symbol.
have-
Ding, ding, ding,
Right.
ding, ding. You can have
Yes.
100 XP for that.
Hey, I was looking at Josh because he had it.
But he's.
I'm sorry, you
can
did
have
not
100
pass the check for arbitrary
I
XP.
don't mind, just X post facto.
Okay.
He'll reward you later.
Wait, wasn't Ned a follower of Mir?
Yeah.
Yes, but he lacks the ability to cast that spell because he's just a head.
Okay, so we have the
It
method
requires
to
somatic components.
make the tears of the goddess.
Well, yeah, you have to like do the mixing of the water.
Do we need to repair the next crystal
You
down,
just
I
put
believe?
hair in it.
You know, one of the 3 crystal pylons down in the deeps needs repair.
We're not sure which.
You're not sure which one.
Did you hear that, Steve? We need to erect additional pylons.
I would like to do that
Just
just at
We
the
can
exact
arrange it.
moment. Just take a moment and make holy water.
Okay.
And then imbue it.
Can you
Do you
make
have any gold?
holy water?
You
that
would
fast?
need 1 gold coin's worth of gold dust.
I have some.
Gold dust.
Yes.
Does anyone have a file?
I have some
Anyone
holy
a
water.
file or
If you need
a
it.
hammer?
Hold on.
A hammer would work.
camera?
You're
How much
the
does it do?
hammer guy.
He needs 1 gold coin's worth of gold dust.
Can you make gold dust?
With
How?
prestidigitation?
Yes, you take gold.
If you had the
You
spell
scrape it.
fabricate,
Yeah.
you could make dust.
Don't we have the pouch that can provide us components?
Ding, ding,
And
ding,
also
ding,
would reach
ding.
into his one particular bag of different alchemical ingredients and pull out a vial and yes.
Okay.
You bless it, I'll make it.
Or
So
you
you're
could
making
rub a
it-
gold coin against any stone
As you're
and
saying
make
that,
gold dust.
you see Van like working like a madman mixing stuff. and
Gold
just
is a very
bless
soft
it now,
man.
quick, go. Not
I mean, I
my
don't-
tier
is
by
it-
me.
That is the best RPing I've had.
Sorry.
Like I've had you do the entire freaking game,
I'm
Josh.
sorry.
All right. So he
Sorry,
blesses
I'm
the
sorry.
vial.
No, I go to the vial. I look at it. I'm blessing with mirror, correct? Not tear.
Yeah, correct.
All right.
Mirror, tear, fear.
In the holy name of Mir, the god.
Yes.
Yes, yes. The goddess who I am
How dare you?
invoking the name of to bless this water, please grant us the ability to keep this light burning as long as possible.
Okay. So you have 1 vial of holy
Takes
water.
about, well, no, it takes about 10 minutes, and thanks to the Master Alchemist, you have 5. But it's going to cost some money for that.
Are you
Hold on.
gonna deduce that or deduct that from party loot?
I'm going to add that into the...
All right. So you have 5 vials of holy water.
Calculations.
Now, as you complete this ritual in the presence of the light,
Mhm.
the tears of the goddess does not look like traditional holy water.
Don't tell me it starts glowing.
It glows a little bit, yes. It seems as though in the presence of the light, the flakes of gold are beginning to absorb some of the light's energy, which is what allows the spell
You
to
want a
persist for 24
bandana
longer
so
than
you can
24
use that
hours.
cover it?
There's a large spider present.
All right.
All right. Is there any? So I have to pour it upon it.
You would have to pour it upon the focusing prism, yes.
And how long does it extend it?
Another 24 hours
So-
per vial. So you have
okay,
5 more days worth of liquid as of now.
Yeah, but I have to pour it on. Let's say I pour it on now. It's not extending the time.
Correct.
It's just
It just resets the timer to T-24.
because that's what I'm asking. Because we're gonna go down and we'll walk back.
Correct.
I'm pretty sure we'll
But
know.
once
So
again, there's
probably start
also
speaking.
additional ones
You
of
can
these
put it
down
on
there
any
we
of
can
the
pour it
crystals,
on.
Josh, so we
Are
don't
we
have to
ready to
come
decide?
back
Well, we don't know
to the
how
top.
close we'll be to them. That's what I'm saying. Or if we have to actually fix how.
I think we'll know if we're close to one.
All right, Joshua, I do want you to understand, for a time frame purpose, we have been in this dungeon, but before the day and a half break, we were in this dungeon maybe 6 hours doing everything we did,
Good point. Yes.
just spanking Noel. But
I thought we did a lot more in time.
Okay. Anything else?
Is there anything else you guys think you might need? I can whip up.
No.
well, if it's been a
Um,
day and a half, I'd like another piece of biscuit. I want to get fat.
Can you whip up some alchemist fire for me, please? I only have 1 left.
You can't make anything like healing spell yet. Correct?
Okay,
Healing spells?
I'm
Yeah,
I
gonna
can make a
like-
healing elixir that works on me.
all right, I'm gonna secure the horses in the tight hole.
Oh,
Alec, I hand you 15.
earrings.
All right.
Christ!
So we're getting a little
We're getting prepped.
pulled. Yep. So we're not going to actually enter initiative. I'm just going to do exploration initiative, so we can have a little bit of control over whatever everybody's doing to prep. All right. So I'm just going to start here and go around. So Issa, doing anything schwanky?
No, I was just Ricardo helping put the animals in places and stuff.
Okay. Grendier.
Just about the same thing. Putting tic tac click clack into the stable and wondering why they're somewhat.
We're not putting them in a stable. We're putting them in a
into
tight
the,
hole.
Actual
tiny
keep.
hole.
Yeah.
Have we already done that? Or are we still
Yes,
doing
that has been done.
Oh, then just making sure they're like not going to actually get out anyway. And make
Okay.
sure the entrances are closed.
All right. Gauss.
Instrument.
Come out. That's it.
Okay. Alec.
The one thing I texted you about, I would have taken care of that,
You
and
Need to put
yeah.
healing spells on the
All right,
the
The ear.
the spell stone.
I have a list.
BANANAS.
Yeah, just roll percent on one of it. I don't give a shit.
Bet.
Ricardo.
I would be prepping my equipment for the descent into the dungeon.
Okay. Are you asking?
I'm not asking. I'm
anything?
merely stating this is what I'd be doing after I've put the animals up. I'm not a spellcaster. I don't require components. I don't require prep. Barbarian.
Okay. And then we've got Van.
I made up some sun rods, and if anyone else had any requests for items, this would be the time to tell me.
I'll take one of those sunrise.
Alright, I hand you some.
Not a bad idea.
Do you have any of that glue that is glue?
Some basic glue.
Table glue?
No, that kind of glue that.
The
like, can
glue
only
that
be
can't be
removed
undone by anything but the
You
universal
mean the
solvent.
universal salt glue that some crazy wizard made that
Yeah,
was bored?
that.
No, I don't have that.
Ah, shame.
But
Glue that is
while he does this stuff, I'll look up some alchemical glue if you want.
Rael.
Earrings. Spell storing. 3 levels of level 1 cure wounds.
Okay.
So cure light wounds.
Cure level.
Yep. So
Yeah,
3
yeah.
cure light wounds specifically, not 1 cure serious.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Make sure to note it on your character sheet, please. Now, this is the other thing I would like everyone to do before we take our first break. You are leaving the carts and everything on the carts up here. So please self-audit your character sheet and make sure anything that you are not currently bringing with you down into the deeps is noted as being separate from your character currently. Okay?
That's easy for me.
All right, so let's go ahead and take our first break. Everybody can check over their character sheets and get re-drinks, and when we come back, we'll begin the descent into the Cyclopean Deeps. All right, we are back.
So we have prepared.
Yes.
You've taken a breath. Grandier started a clock and a timer. Wish he had read the instructions before he did that. I'm going to take a mutagen.
Well,
To be
And
fair,
mix
we
an hour
never
one
said
before we
we
go
were doing it at that point.
But-
DM just said we did.
Well, we kind of figured it out as he was doing it. There was no stopping mid-ritual.
Oh,
and
yeah, no,
saying,
it was just like when Alec did contact other plane. He's like, hey, I need your help. Really? Oh. La 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 la.
I know.
Oh, he's doing that.
You see,
Yeah, that.
you see, contacting the good gods for help.
We've gone over this.
Sunlight. Contacting bad gods for help.
Isn't
2
good
months
and
of
bad?
magic.
on
Wait.
Max's turn?
Why are you pointing down? God's live up there, man.
He's racist against Drow who live in the Underdark.
Yeah, that he is.
Who says the god of dwarves doesn't live underground?
He was pointing up when he said Tyr.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, is Tyr a
Yeah,
dwarf?
Tyr's down there, man.
Tyr's not traditionally the god of dwarves though.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No wonder why
it's
you were
dwarf folly.
blacklisted.
He converted.
And I walk away.
Oh, okay.
So I'm definitely gonna
All right. Let's.
Next time you're
So we're.
slowly dying of
You say you're going to do
paralysis.
spider climb, you said?
What?
You doing mass spider climb, you said? Or no?
Communal? Yeah, I can.
Or communal? Is that how we're descending?
No, I'm flying.
I mean, I could do reduced person, use my parachute, just slowly.
Okay. How are you guys getting down the first 80 feet?
How long does the
Gravity.
spider climb last?
I intend on climbing.
I have website.
If
I
you
could do gravity.
divide it up, it can last like an hour per person.
It's 10 minutes per level.
Oh, cool.
Oh, so 70 minutes.
Yeah, so like 10 minutes then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you divide it between you. But
Okay.
the 70 minutes between us. So.
Right. Now remember that there are 8 additional people in the party.
5 minutes it is.
We got rope.
Yeah, and they'll fail their climb check, slipping all the blood.
Once
I
they
can
die, it's less
Cast
XP for them.
feather fall on myself and just jump down.
We don't need to. We got communal spell climb. One spell economy, saves everybody's trouble.
Yeah, but we have 8 more people though.
Doesn't matter, you can divide it more ways.
Or I can just cast it.
You could.
It's up to you whether you want to waste or not waste, but burn the spell slot.
Yep, I
Instead of
mean,
just trying to find another way down.
Sure call, bud.
yeah.
I'm fine with it. If you guys would
Yeah.
prefer to have another way down, like you said, it was covered with blood and skin and whatever else.
Yeah. So maybe just making it so we all can get down would be a
I'm
good
fine
I
with the
think.
blood.
Yes,
It's
sounds
getting
good.
used
Yeah,
to
that don't bother
messes.
me
Okay.
none. Alright, we're all climbing down.
Grandier sure might have a problem with the blood. The
Okay.
skin.
I'm a healer, man.
You're right. You're a murder hope. It's all right.
All right.
It's okay, Grandier.
Just
that's-
Grandier will remember this.
It's okay. Just teasing you. You're good, man.
Okay, so you're using a communal spider climb to give your 8 new companions plus the whole party a few rounds or minutes of spider climb.
70 minutes, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I have 70 per one spell.
Right, so you have 70 minutes.
Right.
Alright, and you have 15 people.
Right.
So that's more than enough for them to move because you would still be able to use their baseline speed of 30 feet along the wall. So at most, one full action of moving, double moving, gets
And he
you
can
close
fly,
enough down
which
to the bottom.
reduces.
Okay, so mark the spell as being used, please.
With
You
that-
too, nice.
4 spider legs come out of
Well,
the back.
actually, yeah, well, Asher. can
Crisply
put it
tipped. And I just start putting it
in. Okay.
Imagine we all just run down.
So you have cleared the first 80 feet down to where the staircase begins. Now I need to do a little bit of math. So we need to calculate how long you'd actually do it. So we got 7 players plus Sherman and Asher plus 8 more people is 17. So we're going to take 70 divided by 17. Everyone has 4 minutes of spider climb, which is
7
40
players.
rounds. Huh?
7 players. I don't have it on me. I'm blind.
Okay.
He cuts the hypotenuse, but we have to
Just
go.
fucked up the whole equation, bud.
I know.
Again.
Not like it'll matter, but
Yeah.
just saying.
So everyone
Just threw
has
the letter
5
in the middle.
4 minutes and 3
But
rounds.
the letter was 1.
There's 3
Plus
rounds
spider
per
climb.
matter.
Uh-huh.
They could. Okay. So, how far would you descend with this spell active?
The first crystal.
To the first crystal.
At least when you get there, right? Make sure it's operational.
Okay.
And the first floor. Or is that the first floor is before the crystal?
I mean,
You can get to the first crystal.
Okay.
So,
And get on solid ground
yeah,
at that point.
4.3 minutes times 10 is 43 rounds times average party speed of 60 feet per round. Okay. So, it takes you, I'm going to say 3 minutes to negotiate the walls in such a way as to get to the first focusing prism.
Does it look damaged
It's a
in any way?
prism.
It looks severely damaged.
There's our first problem.
Hey, Ned, how do we go about repairing that?
So this is not going to be to scale.
Why don't you have a spray bottle of water?
Because I would need a napkin to work with it as well, and I don't have one.
There's a level 2 spell called Make Whole that you totally know.
But did he prep it?
You could prep it in 10 minutes.
I don't know it, though.
You could know it in 10 minutes.
I wish.
Mm.
But I don't know it.
Crystal doesn't usually get fixed very well. Usually when you break it, it's broke.
Well, no, it says it repairs any item, but does not restore the magic to it if the magic is lost, but it still repairs the item.
To be fair,
To be fair.
whilst we were prepping things, we wouldn't have known that one of the pillars or something was damaged, so somebody should have prepped at least something to fix it, correct?
Well,
Did we
you
know?
could use the mechanic that where you take 10 minutes to
Yes.
prepare a spell.
I don't know that spell, though.
You could have
I know
relearned
mending and
I never took it, though. I'm not gonna lie about it.
No, no, but you gain a new spell when you gain a level, and you get to retrain an old one.
He never took it though.
I
If
know.
he doesn't have it in his repertoire right now, he doesn't have it.
It's only 100 miles away to Patalasso.
Okay, so The group, in no particular marching order, has descended down the first 1,000 feet into the belly of the mountain. It's taken you about 3 minutes because there are several stalactites and stalagmites bound within this shaft that prevent you from making clean, uninterruptible movement.
I.e., it's going to be hard to get back out.
Correct.
For some of you.
So, most notably, what I would like everyone to first do is roll either a knowledge dungeoneering, a knowledge religion, or a knowledge arcana, or you can also do an acrobatics.
Sweet.
Or a raw strength check. So we're going to start here with Issa. You may make each check could be attempted more than once by the team. I'm going based off of total number of successes versus total number of failures. We're going to start with Issa and work our way around the table. Issa, please declare what type of check you are rolling. You have Dungeoneering, Religion, Arcane as knowledge spells, Acrobatics, or a raw strength
Do
check.
we have to be like technically trained in this?
No. You just have to be willing to make a check.
I think the highest one I have is engineering, so we're gonna go with that.
Okay.
Religion.
22.
23.
3.
Okay. Grendier?
I'm going to do knowledge religion. 27.
No.
Sherman?
No, he didn't say. 13 knowledge religion.
Gauss?
Arcana.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
22? 22.
Alec?
29 Arcana.
Ricardo?
29 raw strength.
What's your
I
strength?
got angry.
What's your bonus to strength?
Right now my bonus is 5. When I get angry, I get a temp adjustment of 4. Remember, you give me a belt
You have a +9 strength modifier.
when I'm angry.
Okay. And then you rolled a nat 20?
Yeah. So
Alright.
I'm fucking pissed I wasted it too.
Okay. Van?
33 for Arcana.
Does Asher get to?
Rael.
Quick 23 acrobatics.
They'll shame us all.
And then you saw this temp modifier of 1.
Okay.
and I don't know
So, as you descend into the Cyclopean Deeps, there are several hundred lesser undead that have been reanimated from their remains being feasted upon by the wyvern. It is relatively easy to dispatch them because everyone is spider climbing and therefore doesn't need to have a firm holding on any of the stone. Thus, you're able to use your feet to brace yourselves against the wall and make use of your weapons. In this way, that frees up your main hands to be able to do such things as spells, make attacks, and, support each other. So from this, the group needs to decide 2 first-level spells to be spent as a resource of getting down through these hundreds of undead. I don't particularly care who they come from, and they could be some of Van's bombs. And the party must collectively use 100 forms of ammunition across bows, short bows, heavy crossbows, anything like that. If you attempt to use an alchemist fire or anything with splash, I will have that count as 10.
I can use some of the grenades I made against them.
10.
So I can't.
Well, I meant each grenade would count as 10.
Gotcha.
Because effectively, what I'm trying to do is expedite
Yeah.
7 random monster encounters of
I
8
still-
to 10 quarter hit die, 2 hit point zombies.
I still have
Oh
30.
my god.
Yeah.
Let me
still
take
have
out 30 bolts then.
Alright, we have 30 bolts coming from Gauss.
50 bolts.
You have 50 bolts. Okay.
I'll throw 30 bolts in.
That would exceed 100. Because currently between 30 and 50 we're at 80. Would you like to
I'll
use
do
20?
I'll do 20.
Okay.
Save
That
yourself.
way
You
we
don't have
can
to use any
save
bombs.
we can save bombs for actual encounters
I
then.
haven't used the crossbow once, so we're fine.
I'm using
trying to
silver
figure
I
out-
bolts
used it
if
against
it
the
matters.
bard.
It does not. I would recommend you not use silver bolts and just use
Junica
regular
has
bolts.
Well, I only have 26 regular bolts left. I have
Junica
96
has
silver.
100
Don't waste the silver.
crossbow bolts. She will use 20.
Bruce, did you
There
hear
you
that?
go.
Don't waste the
So,
soul.
keep your bolts, all of them. You just used 20 of his.
Of Junica's. Okay.
Close enough.
Okay. So those encounters are actually beneath your ability to gain XP from them due to the difference in challenge rating and average party hit die. That's why I was just trying to.
leveled, right?
Huh?
But the merchant's leveled.
You know what? Actually, yeah. Using that as training, the merchants are now a little bit better calibrated with their weapons.
Aim right there.
Yeah.
There you go.
They're just hanging out the bottom of the
But the main reason I was just trying to expedite that is because those encounters yield no XP.
Yeah,
but
that's
it
fine.
is considered a hazard of the dungeon.
Yep. And we have the resources to remove it.
Yes.
Do we
Okay.
burn spells yet?
A
No,
spider climb.
we still need 2 first level spells.
2 first
Oh.
level?
I can do one.
I don't particularly care what spell it is. It's
Does
just
it count? Does a domain first level domain spell? Okay.
yes, that would be fine.
What
I will
spells?
burn a cure light wound.
Also,
No, you will not.
Well, I still
Okay,
have.
so she's
1, 2, 3.
Issa is using one of her first level spells. So just effectively, I'm asking you to expend a spell slot. I don't particularly care which spell it is.
How many spell slots are
I
worth are you
haven't
looking
heard- I
for?
haven't-
2 first level spells. Issa has contributed 1.
Save them. I will go ahead and get rid of one of my spell scrolls.
I have a question.
That's
Wait,
worth 2.
that's-
That's worth 2.
That would be 2. I think you should do that the other way around and not use a scroll.
Yeah.
Because it takes you 10 minutes to fill the slot back up. The scroll you actually have to craft, which would take days.
And money.
And money, thank you, yeah.
I'm fine with doing one.
So Issa's contributed 1. I
I'll
just
do
need
another one then.
and alright, and then we have Allie contributing a second, thank you. Alright, so
What?
you guys have negotiated the hazard.
What level is Junica, and do you want me to just pilot her?
She has a stat block in the book.
She has a stat block in the
He's
book.
already said he's gonna pilot her. So we're able to safely make it to the first crystal.
Correct. You are able to negotiate your way to the first crystal.
How badly damaged is it?
It is effectively useless.
So mending's not going to do anything here.
Alright.
What about being whole?
So, here, again, this is not to scale, and this is just kind of a rough diagram of what you guys would be experiencing. This way is the 20 variable, 20 to sometimes 30 or 40 in diameter shaft that leads up to the surface where the ziggurat is. This is a first landing platform that you land on. It's actually, these squares each denotes 10 feet, so it's 40 feet wide. At the center of this landing platform are the remains of the focusing crystal pylon, and the crystal itself is missing. To my right, this way, you would see 2 sealed large brass doors that are embedded into the stone wall. You cannot see their hinges. The doors radiate a powerful aura of evil, per both the Desecrate and Unhallowed spells. If you want details on how those work, you can roll Spellcraft.
We should just assume that's probably Shiramabi's mausoleum.
It's actually not. Deadhead Ned would say that those behind those brass doors is actually the maximum security holding area. The tomb of Shiramabi is actually across an 80-foot chasm behind a large set of wooden doors that have been reinforced with adamantine and mithril.
Alright. I'll open the doors, but I'll need a prod. Because anything that would be imprisoned by evil must essentially be good.
I think Gauss gave you one and protect from evil potion.
23.
Okay. The DC is 15 plus the spell level, so a 26 and a 23 would pass. Most notably, Yeah. So most notably, the effects increase the will save DC of evil clerics attempting to channel negative energy, and it decreases the save DC of good clerics attempting to channel positive energy, each by 4.
So we can negate that with bless and hallow.
And hallow.
Hallow.
You can also, if you find the central altar that is binding this energy in place and find a way to destroy it, both of those spell effects would end instantaneously.
Detect magic.
As you detect magic, you cannot you detect the presence of the altar, but per the rules of Unhallow, there is another spell aura lingering within the effects of the Unhallow. You pick it up with detect magic. It is deeper darkness. However, the light of the focusing prism from up here descends down to this platform, and it raises the darkness level by 3, making it bright light, or effectively torchlight.
Look away right now. I would like
So
to ask
from this, what you can gather is if you were to move currently anywhere off this platform, you would be in deeper darkness, which is considered magical darkness. Only creatures with the ability to see through magical darkness, such as drow, would be able to navigate, unhindered.
And any light source only brings it up a level.
Up 1 level to standard darkness, which would be effectively useless for anybody without dark vision.
How many of us have dark vision? I count 3, 4.
What about the
You
crystal?
have, I don't remember.
So the crystal's, the crystal's broken, not missing.
The pylon that holds the crystal has been reduced to rubbles.
Okay.
There are several wyvern scales here that have basically been shed off from the host wyvern. What you can tell is that using the beast's natural massive size, it crushed the pylon, preventing it from being activated. This pylon, more than likely, its focusing prism is currently being held by Grendir, and it's the one that you found in Hulak's keep.
So, hypothetically, if someone could cast Make Whole on that pylon over there,
You could reconstruct it, yes.
You also have some glue.
Now I can do that, but it would take 10 minutes.
Okay.
someone over here has Make Whole.
We're still missing the prism, or crystal. You said we used that one up top.
No,
Because
that one was
one
already
wasn't
there.
No, that one was there.
That was like the
the
first
top
one.
focusing prism had its prism. Nobody did climb checks to reattach the chains. Nobody did climb checks to embed it on the chains or lift them. It was there. The one that he found is assumed to belong to one of the pylons deeper in the deeps.
Okay.
This is one that is missing its focusing.
So
prism.
we have that missing piece. We got to just remake the pylon to hold.
Correct.
But to do so, you must step into that darkness and let it bind you. Go out.
Or
Anyway,
could just make
as
it
I was
pylon.
trying to ask, I asked the cleric, those spells on these doors, what effect would they have on me? As in the unhollow and all the bad shit coming off that door you guys keep telling me about. Because I can't detect magic.
They only benefit the creation of undead and hinder their destruction. They don't bestow curses or anything like that.
Alright, so it's not going to put me at a negative anything when we put that light back up to kick those doors in and
That's correct.
consecrate the area.
Good, yeah. Yeah, so are we going to spend the 10 minutes to wait for me to do this? So we can
Yes,
move
I'm
on?
not going into magical darkness. I'd rather go into, oh, hey, it's not too bad.
We need the light at our back going down.
Exactly.
Right.
Especially
DC
Rael. He doesn't want it on his
Per the prophecy, yes,
Yeah.
you need the light at your back going down.
Now, granted, I could still, if we need to, in any emergency, yank the sword,
That's true.
the Kopesh, and kick it off with a little light.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because it does have daylight
19.
ability.
That's sunburst.
Although,
Burn everyone.
yeah,
Except you.
No.
So who's got the highest
Just to entertain my curiosity, who has the
Alright.
farthest dark vision
And
here?
then that we
I think you.
You should have it naturally.
Yeah.
I'll roll
I just have standard.
Two-
dark
Because
vision.
yours is what, 90 feet?
120.
Yeah, it's definitely you.
No.
I would like to ask Alec for help with the, or no, never mind. Sherman for help for the assist.
Wow. Assist on what?
Use your words.
Revamping the divine
No,
power.
since day one, that's been 0 assists on that particular skill check. You have to do it yourself.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you've
no.
stated now that we need to start assisting each other.
That's what I
why
was.
you-
Yes, and this is the one circumstance in which, no, you can't assist each other in re-prepping spells.
Alright, then we're spending 20 minutes. One moment.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Now the DC
and
went
now
up.
the DC just went up by 1. Remember that. Alright, so at this point, your communal spider climb has worn off.
Yeah, clear. 20 minutes, yeah, easy.
Would you two like to try to re-prep your first level spell slot used to descend down here while that is happening?
I will re-prep Mage my first level.
DC is
Okay.
10.
Do you want to check
15.
your traps?
So 19.
I was going to make.
Okay, I passed that.
I was going to be making
16.
perception
Because you
checks
had
the
spellcraft,
entire way,
right?
but
Yes.
they're all doing their
I can't
thing
fail.
first.
I can't go.
Y'all good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
You
So
know,
I
I
just
really
did that.
feel like you don't give yourself enough credit. You could fail if you want.
I mean, if
You
I,
wanted to look at
if
traps?
I choose
While
to.
while this is all going on and they're twiddling their thumbs, I'm going to be making perception checks for other things.
Literally,
Twiddling
so
their
you
thumbs
are twiddling your
for
thumbs
traps.
to make your spells back.
Other entities in this, other than the undead that we might be unaware of,
Okay.
that they can't see.
Alright, so at this point in time, I'm going to say that there are 3 areas that you can inspect. There is the chasm beneath you, the brass doors that lead to Area 10C, and then the Shiramabi's tomb, Area 10B.
Do I see any magical auras coming radiating from anywhere? I already know the magical aura behind me. I'm gonna assume that the tomb doors for Shiramabi are gonna be magical in some way.
Yes, they
So,
are.
what kind of magic is on that?
Okay, roll your spellcraft.
I cannot do that.
You have Detect Magic up.
I have Detect Magic up.
Okay. So then you just get the...
Yeah, I would just get baseline.
Okay, yeah. So with the party's powers, and I'll give you the details, because you are effectively taking a half hour
Give me the deeds!
to do this.
Oh, by the way, when they start to kick off this pylon, I'm gonna put myself between you and the pylon to help block the light.
I can just look down or look away. It's fine.
Yeah, now that he knows he has to actively avert his gaze, it'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Fine, I won't help him then. Fuck you, Ryder.
Okay,
Alright.
so currently
Alright, he's into it.
on the Tomb of Shiramabi,
Yes.
you detect 3 spells.
3 spells.
There is Doom,
Oh,
which is effectively the opposite of Bless.
Yeah,
-2.
I am very aware.
Okay. There is Desecrate,
Um,
which is any undead created in the area have their hit die doubled,
Mhm.
and there are other effects, mostly dealing with the creation of undead. And then there is also a protection from good and a protection of lawful aura in the area.
Doesn't affect me.
Let's look down that chasm. That seems like a brighter, cheerier place.
That's Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Okay, and I'm going to say that you were able to kind of pick that up from over here as you spent some time kind of analyzing the door from a distance. All right,
I can't
and
wait.
then roll for your perception down here.
Don't fail me now. It's 14 on the die. 25.
Okay, you can definitely tell from some sounds echoing down in the deeps
That's a dead pit, ain't it?
that the wyvern is down here.
Of course.
Is he crying?
He's doing something, but you can definitely hear it moving, echoing, you know, footsteps, roars, that kind of stuff down in the deeps.
I don't.
And then roll for this wall here
No,
with
I
the
don't.
sealed brass
this
door.
tempting, no.
I don't know. It sounds like he's aggressively stirring that
Another
cheese,
perception check, you
guys.
said?
Yes, please.
That is an 18 on the die for a total of 29. Give me them deets. What do I got? What do I get?
Death.
Oh,
Okay.
Well,
You do hear something kind of coming from the other side of the brass door. It sounds like a couple of creatures. You can hear them moving, chittering, just being nastiness, bad
Chittering?
things. Chittering, yeah.
Get fun with that.
Now, honest question, Van. Furious Axe, Club of Falby.
Furious Axe.
I would
Alright.
default with the club, but axe.
Well, I like the club because it does 2 different types of damage, one bludgeon, one pierce, but I'm pretty sure pierce doesn't work on the undead. I think I need to
Depends.
axe it. Alright. Furious Axe it is.
Okay.
So they didn't manage to actually fix the pylons.
Yeah, after a half hour, Grendir repreps the
God,
make
I
hole
could've
and is
just
able to
glued-
reform the pylon.
Could I have just glued it while they were dicking around and just rebuilt
You
it?
don't think so?
I'm pretty
Because
sure.
the pylon does have a bit of magic to it.
You know, it
I'm pretty sure I could have
Look,
spit on it and
doesn't
sliced.
always perform like this. I'm
Would I assume there was a bit of magic
So
to it?
is the light on?
Yep.
Oh.
The light is on now. Yes.
The light is not on now.
Pylon
You
is
have
restored.
Sorry.
you restored the pylon. You haven't put the focusing prism back.
Oh yeah.
All right, we're gonna enter initiative.
I was gonna go bring you.
afraid.
Uh-oh, it's cheese dice, guys. It's cheese dice!
No, wasting all those good pulls.
All right. Cool.
you're telling me.
I'm getting sick of this shit.
All right. Junica has a 19.
Fucking sick of this
Of course
shit.
she does.
I'll say the retinue will activate off of Junica's initiative. Issa, 14. Grendir,
15.
excuse me.
15.
Gauss,
7.
Alec,
15.
bonus.
2.
Grendir, what's your bonus?
0.
Ricardo,
I rolled a 23, but I opt to wait to go after the light has been turned on, so after Grendir.
okay.
Yeah.
Van,
25.
Rael.
17.
All right. So, with that, Grendir replaces the focusing prism into the pylon. The make whole spell also made whole the relief instructions into the stonework, providing the necessary incantation to begin activating this focusing prism. It mirrors in such a way the similar incantation up above. However, rather than drawing the keywords, kind of drawing the initial sunlight from the sun, it is now targeting the other focusing prism to begin drawing energy from it. And after a moment, you see the light in the area light up several light categories, and everybody knowing this takes a few moments to avert their gaze and adjust their eyes so that there is no penalty. So, as of now, you currently have 2 focusing prisms active. The one on the surface, and the one here, which I am going to name the central prism.
Okay.
Okay?
I was fond of Henry, but okay.
Alright. Now that that prism is active, we are entering initiative, and we're going to start with Van, who is at the top with the 25. Up on deck is Ricardo. I'm going to keep you at this initiative since...
Because, yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
So now I can clearly see everything better.
You can clearly see.
And we
The
have
rain is gone.
the 2 doors, or sections to doors, was it?
Yes. So on this side,
Mhm.
there is clear access to the brass doors.
Okay.
And now that the light has come up a little bit, you can tell that the brass doors are decorated with various relief work and iconography dedicating protection-like wards to Myr, Tyr, Mithras.
And the other doors where we heard the chittering?
That is the brass doors.
That's the
where
brass door.
where you heard the chittering, correct. Over here, Shiramabi's tomb The door is made out of solid oak, which has been reinforced with
With
both mithril and adamantine.
I say we deal with the threat we know about instead of waking up something else.
What do you mean?
But I will prepare to an attack in case something breaks through and attacks us.
I would like you to elaborate more on what you just said real quick. You
Yeah.
don't want us going through the doors?
No, I want to deal with the threat on the other side.
Okay, alright, making sure. Because
I figured deal with the threat we know about before we wake something
I'm about
else
to
up.
do my barbarian thing, so
Yeah.
I need to be sure.
So I'm going to
that-
prepare an attack in case something comes out, or doors open, something threatening, I could viably take a
Okay,
good shot.
so you're readying your standard to attack
Yes.
if you detect an enemy.
If I deem the threat to the attack, yes.
Okay. Because of the limited space and the kind of 3D nature of the surroundings right now, we're going to be doing this kind of hybrid / theater of the mind. I'm going to do my best to know what's going on here on the battle map, but for the most part, everyone needs to be kind of keeping track of their individual positions. Okay?
In
Any
that
movement
case,
to declare.
Can we actually adjust the camera on the battle map?
Yes.
Here, Tom. Enter Tom. You can actually see me.
Yes, master.
This way, anything yet on that side.
How's that, Blake?
Swear.
Okay. Cool.
I just make sure that I'm not blocking anyone's path because I'm ranged, so I can back up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't need to move, I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay. Ricardo.
You know what? I putting my mind where it should be. I'm not going to pull a Grenadier. I'm going to muscle up. I'm going to turn to IL. I'm going to go check it for traps. As soon as it's safe, I'm going to muscle into that door and open it because I assume that door opens inward because I don't see no hinges.
Okay. So you're going to ready a standard to strength check the door after Rael checks it for traps and announces that he believes it's clear.
Exactly.
Turns out the hinges are invisible.
I checked it for traps. There are 5.
All right.
No pressure.
Junica and her retinue are going to take up a position away from the door. And basically, they're going to be providing ranged cover and observing the pit and Shiramobi's tomb. Should anything change, they will announce the presence of a perceived enemy.
Good job, guys. I'm going to promote you when we get out of this.
Rael.
I'm gonna go straight to that door and
Alright.
check it for traps, or if it's locked, and if it's locked.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Operation Get
Nail
the
it.
Boobies.
No. 13 for perception.
Looks safe.
That was a big goofies on my part.
You're still getting used to it.
It looks safe.
I
He says
attempt
it's
to
safe.
lockpick the door.
You find no keyhole.
I find no keyhole.
It's a barred door. You said that, right?
No, it's a brass door.
I thought you said there was a bar across it.
No.
Well, we couldn't see the hinges.
No,
So
it's
you
just you
say,
can't see the hinges.
hey, it looks safe, and there's nothing to pick.
You do see a gap where the two brass doors meet to denote that they can be pushed open.
Did you say that there was magic coming from this door earlier?
Yes.
It doesn't fit right. I want to cast a spell magic on it.
As Ricardo runs at it, anyways.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't always.
All right.
He
Well,
says
when,
the same.
so
Nope.
you announce that, and when we get to your initiative,
Not
you
when
can act.
he says it. When he says it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
He said it's safe. He doesn't say he's denoted that to me yet.
This is true.
Correct.
It looks safe.
It looks safe.
Okay. Roll a strength check.
You know,
I'm just gonna go on note here, even though I rolled a 2, still doing better than Grandier when it comes to doors.
Huh?
Would
20.
that word be-
mine open.
Would anybody like to assist in the strength check?
You
Everyone
wanna
just
roll-
take a step back.
Preferably somebody with a strength score who's
So Asher?
Not killing people.
no, because once again, nobody's gonna let Asher open the
You
door.
know, nothing
It's
bad
just-
happened the last time Sherwood
Comparable to
opened the
you.
door. Sure, why
I've
not
got a
again?
-2 to help.
Yeah, exactly. But you're also not gonna let Asher open the door.
It's just a DC 10
The
to
trap's
assist.
dexterity
Oh yeah,
based.
so yeah.
Okay,
Let's do it.
22.
Yeah, that would be a 22.
Okay. With a 22, you struggle to open the brass doors. However, after a moment, they give way, revealing a small chapel.
Grandier, I don't like you like that.
We heard chittering, right?
You did.
Oh, fuck.
As Blake gets turned into an arachnid again.
Okay.
Please tell me you guys only opened it a smidge.
So I'm gonna denote the feature, the special feature as A for altar.
Okay.
Oh, my.
Okay.
But once again,
As you struggle to open up the brass doors,
Just rubbing it in.
they open up just wide enough for a medium-sized creature to fit through.
Like reindeer.
On the other side of the doors, you can tell that there are completely sundered and destroyed oaken logs that at one time would have been sunken behind the door to brace it. Some creature... Oh, and you would know as a barbarian to force those doors open if one of those logs had actually been wedged behind it would have been almost twice what you would have had to roll. Because effectively, like, a tree was used to brace these doors.
Must be bandits.
Yeah.
What am I drawing?
So, immediately on the other side of the door, you find a small altar dedicated to Shiramabi and Yulan Yapur, the blood god.
I want to know what's
It's not
going
like
on in my
this
house.
guy.
Apparently.
An aura, the first aura of the Unhallowed and one of the Desecrate spells seem to be emanating from this particular altar. It looks foreign to the architecture and stonework of the Cyclopean Deeps, and after a little bit of examination, it is clear that this is something that the Gnolls have probably constructed for their new master. It is constructed from the remains of skeletal portions, leg bones, and skulls of humanoids, varying between humans, elves, and dwarves.
Yummy.
Blogger.
Starts with an E, ends with destroy it.
What am I
Would
trying
you
to
use
see?
concentrate?
I can see through the crack, I assume.
Yes.
You're pushed into the crack, man. They just didn't even.
But you would notice that immediately on the other side of the altar, there is what looks to be, through a clever sculpting of the ground, a non-magical illusion, almost like a mirage, where there is in fact a pit. However, the opposite side of the pit is sculpted in such a way as though it looks like the floor rising up to just behind the altar, very similar to that one
Reverse
movie.
of Last Crusade.
Yes.
Okay. Nothing else.
You perceive nothing else.
How did he know where he was going?
Quick, turn the crystal into the room.
All right, so that was Rael. Alex.
Crystal should already be pointing light into the room because we can see what's in there.
The light is radiating omnidirectional from the focusing crystal.
So it's acting like light.
Alright, and you said there's a door over here,
That is correct.
I would not do that.
and there's a pit that way.
Yes, you must either climb the walls or find a way to traverse the pit otherwise in order to get to Shiramabi's tomb.
I don't think it's worthwhile trying to get to Shiramabi's tomb. It's best not to split this party.
Clear also told me we have to kill the wyvern first, and he's in the pit.
Let's see what he does.
So, and he's down there, right?
Well,
We
yeah,
hear him.
from what you can tell, the wyvern is down there.
Alright, well, I'll hold to see what the party's gonna do because we have to go down there and kill it.
Okay, so you pass turn.
Yeah.
Grendir.
Alright. Well,
Because your head, not with your guy.
concentrate would have an effect against this.
If you were to cast Consecrate upon the altar, it would destroy it.
Well, you want to wait another 10 minutes?
Grendir.
Well, he's doing that. I'm gonna.
Do you
okay.
project your spells? Because I feel like you're having a projectile dysfunction right now.
I really am. It's a
The
real
altar
problem.
does not need to be destroyed right now. It does hinder your ability to channel, but it does not hinder cure spells.
Would Bless take that effect off, though?
No,
Never mind.
you need to howl. You could also destroy the altar physically in an
No.
attempt to sunder the spell.
Grendir, we only have like an hour of light.
My dear,
24.
my dear friend,
We only have an hour of light?
You have 24 hours.
5 gold.
He's trying to get him to pick up.
5 gold. Destroy the altar.
I don't need gold to do this. I need gold to kill people. Like our previous deal.
30 gold and I'll
Look,
throw
we
a
didn't
bomb.
discuss anything.
Okay. So Grendir,
Yes.
you analyze the altar and you ask Ricardo to destroy it.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
No. Sherman's going to take a position by the door itself, like just outside,
Okay.
and he's going to brace if anything charges at him.
Okay. Issa?
How big is there?
It's small sized. It's a 10-foot by 10-foot room, including the pit. On the opposite side of the pit, there is an unnatural shadow obstructing vision deeper into the room.
He said medium size gap in the door, so Asher's going to stay outside and protect the
Junica.
yeah,
Yeah.
cleric people.
Yep.
If any enemies arise, and then I will step inside, just inside the door, and do a perception check to see if I can see anything.
Okay.
And 14 plus
33. 14 plus 19.
plus 3.
19 plus 3. 14 plus 3.
A little bit plus 3. Because I have
36.
aspect of the falcon.
Okay. Yeah. 36. Roll a will save.
Yeah.
This is mind affecting, and this is an enchantment. So you get your extra bonus.
Don't forget about Paladin Aura.
Oh yeah, is she within 10 feet?
It's not fear, it's mind affecting.
What's that?
Yeah.
A 24 passes.
Sweet. Yeah.
Oh, look at his face, like, just passes.
So as you search the room,
No, don't worry.
there is an obscuring shadow that kind of prevents you from being able to look beyond the pit. Your elf eyes are able to penetrate the darkness, and from behind it you activate a symbol of insanity and are able to overcome its effects. At this point, you would announce to the party.
Do not look over there.
Yes.
There
Now,
is
I'm not
this one has been scribed differently. Normally, this symbol, once it activates, would emanate in a 60-foot burst, affecting all creatures. However, it is only affecting her, and she advises everyone to avert your gaze from piercing through the shadow.
The left. Don't look left.
Yes, my right, your left.
Did you mark that?
I marked it with an asterisk.
Okay.
Here.
Right. Where does the darkness begin?
I'm blind.
Okay.
2, 7, 12.
Insanity offers spell resistance. That's cool.
Okay.
Wish I had that.
Well,
Yeah,
it
17
gives you spell
spell
resistance,
resistance.
or you can. You
I roll a 1 and I penetrate your spell
Okay.
resistance.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright, so that was Issa. Gauss.
Don't look over.
Right.
Who's over there? He's already inside.
Alright, I take out my small steel mirror that I've had since the beginning of the game and try and direct the light into the room towards the altar.
So you want to take light and put it on the altar itself. Okay, not the shadow, but the altar.
Yeah, the altar. Now, I'm not trying to illuminate the insanity symbol.
Okay. Alright, you do so. Everyone roll a perception check.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to.
That's scary. I was gonna say, why don't we choose not to?
There we go.
I mean, you could elect not to. I always, as a DM, encourage people, if there's something you don't particularly want to do, you just be like, I elect to I don't look. I don't particularly care.
Well, I want to destroy the altar, so I'm not gonna look.
Okay, so anybody who got above a 30, as you do that and kind of hone in a little bit of light onto the altar, it moves.
Ah, I got a 20. I don't see anything.
The light or the altar?
The altar moves. No, like it
shifts?
like shudders.
Oh. Like
Yeah.
one of those. It's alive.
Like a chill runs up its 17 spines.
Oh, it's like it's a mimic. A mimic shaped into an altar.
What?
Huh.
So did anybody get above a 30 other than Issa?
On the will save?
No, on the perception check.
On the perception check? Oh, yeah, give me a
No,
sec.
that'd
Give me a
be
sec.
22 for me.
I can definitely get that.
Do
I got an
naturals 20
18.
count?
Sorry. No.
Huh?
Do natural 20s count even though it's under a 30?
I don't think anyone can roll a 30.
I can.
I got a 26.
Amazing.
Yeah, perception.
I
So
got a
Issa is,
plus
you only got a 20 something?
I only got an 18.
I
18?
have
Yeah, so
aspect
Issa's
about
the only one who
security, and I have a
notices
14.
that the altar, constructed of bone, shudders when you bring additional light to touch it.
I mentioned that.
Okay.
And he does
I
that.
didn't see
It's
that.
alive.
I think you might be losing it in there. Kidding.
Alright.
Yeah.
There's just only a 17.
So that ends
Mm-hmm.
round 1 of the exploration initiative. Did everybody have a chance to act?
Yes.
Okay. Top of 2 with Van.
Oh god.
So the altar's alive. And you
Ah, it's
destroy the
wrong.
altar? To consecrate?
Yeah.
I wanted to.
Throw a grenade right at it.
Okay.
I mean,
Alright, so you lob a grenade into the room.
At the altar.
Yep. What do you need the altar to do?
It needs to die,
It's great, man.
but
Yeah.
I believe it's a reflex save.
Alright.
It's made of wood. It can't get far.
I will confirm.
made of bones.
Oh my god, that's not wood.
As it's a response.
That's not wood.
Alright, at this point the altar enters initiative. So this first roll is going to be the altar's initiative roll.
Is it low?
Yes.
Hallelujah.
The altar's a Gorgon. Kill it.
That's not.
What I'm trying to do.
The altar will go after Grendir but before Issa.
Unless it dies.
I didn't like how that was phrased.
I mean, this is a pretty potent grenade. I might roll once.
Okay, and now for the reflex save from the grenade.
Yeah.
Hold on, gotta charge my attack.
That is a 15.
That actually fails.
Okay.
Thankfully, I replicated with my spell, and so it's higher.
I like Clan really doesn't. The first 2 levels.
Then it's bludgeoning, piercing, fire. Does that matter?
Yes.
Okay. Good thing I have different color dice. So red is fire, obviously. Bludgeoning, piercing. So it's gonna have a +5 anyways.
Okay.
Because of my throw anything. Actually.
So let's start with the fire.
+6. So 6 fire.
Okay.
So there's 5 fire.
I've noted the fire damage.
Okay. Did I notice that it just kind of
Yes. You notice the inability for the fire to damage the altar.
5 bludgeoning,
I have noted your bludgeoning damage.
3 piercing,
I have noted your piercing damage.
and then 6 untyped. But I don't know if that did any of that go through?
The untyped goes through. Oh no, how much bludgeoning?
It was 5.
5. The untyped and the bludgeoning
So
goes
11.
through.
So so he resisted the piercing and the fire.
Yes.
Noted.
That's not good.
Did it
From
like
that, you
change
could
shape at all for a moment?
I'll tell you in a second.
Cool.
But from this, you would extrapolate that it has DR/bludgeoning, meaning that bludgeoning is the thing that
That gets
overcomes it.
overcomes it.
Okay.
And it resists fire.
Correct.
At least 5 of it.
Correct.
It's a common resistance for fire, so.
All right. So for everyone, I am using this creature token to now denote the area that the altar is roughly in. Okay? So from here, since we're kind of doing this as a hybrid theater of the mind and positioning, I am not going to keep track of everyone's position. I am going to keep track of who was within melee range of the altar. So as part of your move actions, you can declare that you are going to avoid the altar, or you can, as your move action, engage the altar. Okay? If you denote that you are engaging the altar, you are within melee range of the altar. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Because of the ambiguity, you may assume things such as flanking and situational positioning that gives you an advantage. That,
As long as we announce it.
right, as long as you announce it, right? So you'd be a little thematic, like I tumble my way into flanking with Rael, like that kind of stuff. Okay? So, as you lob the grenade in,
Yes.
the altar of bones reshapes itself into some kind of swarm of bones and begins to hurl itself towards the party. A couple of things. The spell effects that the altar had on it travel with it. It's not going to really affect anything now, but if it comes up, it does act. It has active spells on it that are moving with it.
So it's primarily bones.
Yes. Next is Ricardo.
Ricardo moves into the swarm, toward the swarm.
Nice try.
Freeze there.
Jumps right in.
I'm moving in. Oh no, I'm moving towards. And I'm going to attack it with my Furious Axe.
Okay. At this, hold on. I'm sorry. You would know, having encountered undead, that and skeletal, it would be better to switch to the club at this point because it is bludgeoning.
Wanted to pull out the goddamn club. I fucking found out there was undead
Should've
energy.
listened to me.
Gotta listen to myself. Alright. I switched to the club.
Okay.
All moving in.
Yep. I just wanted to give you the option to
Okay.
do that before we engage on the creature.
Alright. Now we're attacking with a +9.
Wait, shit, are we supposed to do this now?
No. And my auspicious mark to actually hit it. There we go. How about a nice 20?
A 20 misses the swarm. Alright. Junica notices the swarm. She commands, as a swift action, the crossbowmen to stay away from it. She, as her move action, switches from the crossbow to her silvered longsword. And as a standard action, she will cast Shield of Faith on herself to give herself a shield bonus.
Jack ought to help me.
Rael.
What is the lighting situation right now? Are we able to fully see this enemy?
Yes.
Alright, cool. I'm going to move into it, and I'm going
To it or into it?
I'm going... Give me a second.
Okay.
Child. I'm going to move into it, and I'm going to cause a feint to flank with Ricardo.
Okay.
So I can get behind it, and I'm going to sneak attack it.
Okay.
About 10.
That's an 18 on the die, so definitely gonna hit. I don't know if a 30.
A 30 hits.
All right, a 30 hits. Sneak attack damage.
Don't give me that look.
Swarms are immune to sneak attack damage.
Swarms are immune to sneak attack damage. That's fucking shitty.
Or they are vulnerable to area effects.
That's 4, 6, 10. So 10 damage.
Okay. And you're using a piercing weapon?
I'm using a silver dagger.
Alright, you failed to damage the swarm.
He's got the R of the D.
Yo.
It has DR10/bludgeoning, so you would need to do at least 11 points of damage with a piercing or slashing weapon to hurt it.
It'll be funny. Don't worry, don't do it.
Alright.
Hold position. You're helping.
I missed with a sneak attack. So I'm going to use Assault Leader, and I'm going to direct him to make an immediate action to attack it.
Okay.
I do as I'm told. Now I'm flanking. I just need higher than an 11. That's a 13. That is a 22 plus whatever the flanking bonus is.
2. So 4.
24.
A 24 hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can hit on a 13 while
AC
flanking.
So the 20 missed. Definitely the 30 hit. Yeah, 25.
Yeah.
Math is hard.
Yeah, that should be 24. Actually, it should be 25.
Nope, too high.
Forgot your free balloon.
Alright.
Anyway, rolling that beautiful bean footage. Let me pull out everything. Alright. That's logically impossible that I rolled a 1 on the D10 and a 1 on the D8, but I hit it. So that's still enough to get through, because that's what, 9, 10, 11, and plus 1, so that makes it 12.
Yeah, 12 damage.
All right, 12 damage, and on top of that, my D4 stunned for 1 round.
Undead cannot be stunned. Well,
I
this
still
this particular creature cannot be stunned also, because he's a swarm. Swarmy. Okay, that is
Rael's turn? Anything
that was Rael. Yeah, because you used an action to grant Ricardo an extra action. Alec.
Oh, let's take a quick break.
Oh, wait, quick break. And we're back. Alec.
So, Alec. Swallow my food. Okay, then I'm gonna walk over, and as I walk over to it, the little mound of things there, I'm gonna start prepping a spell. And normally it would be fire coming from my hands, but it's going to be acid this time, and I'm gonna cast Burning Hands, but with elemental meta magic, and make it acid damage.
Okay, I'm gonna say that you're able to kind of position it so that you don't hit Ricardo and Rael because it is a cone.
I thought you got rid of that.
I didn't. It's still written on my thing, so I have to go with what I got.
Gotcha. Okay.
Elemental substitution?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you get rid of that? It's such a good feat.
I was going to change it for a different feat because of what I'm going to get next level, but I kept it because I forgot to write it in. So it is what it is. It's still on my sheet.
Okay, so you reflex?
Yeah.
That's a nat 1, so go ahead and roll your damage.
Confirm.
That only happens to us.
Hey, don't we get a card?
D6s or D4s?
No, he's gonna
It's
say
Burning Hands,
so it
yeah.
doesn't,
It's Burning Hands, so it's D4s.
Don't we get a card?
Nope, he's not.
Not
giving
on a
it to us.
save.
He
That's
just-
on an attack roll.
Anyway, look up the rolls on Swan.
I'm good.
I don't fucking care for you.
it says it on spells.
That's on
Magic.
He just said they're vulnerable to area effects, so.
Yes.
Mediocre damage. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 acid damage.
Alright, so they take that half over again. Which would be 4, so 13. Okay.
I'm not looking forward to Grendir's turn.
Grendir.
I'd like to cast Searing Light on the swarm.
Okay.
Huh?
Have fun with that.
Close your
It
eyes.
targets
Alright, go ahead and roll.
I know. What a dick, right?
Range touched 11 plus what? It's been a while since I've used
What'd you roll on the die?
11.
Plus your base attack bonus.
What's that?
Well, oh no, 16.
Okay, plus your dex mod.
16.
A 16 touches.
Cool. Wonderful.
Alright, it is
It's
undead.
an undead creature, right?
Yeah.
Sure you don't want to smiggy?
Hopefully you can drop it.
I hope. Okay. Well, that was,
Because it's probably going to kill me if it doesn't.
19.
More than that.
My
God,
Smite it?
God
Wait,
damn
what's
it.
it?
That's more than 19.
I can't smite with a touch attack.
22. You can't add.
That's right here.
Okay, a 22 drops it.
Oh, did I not add a
No, look, 15 plus 6 plus 1.
No, it's 15 plus 9 plus 1, so I can't add either.
How did he get 9 on a d6?
Yeah, 15 plus 9 plus 1 is 25.
Yeah.
Not 22.
There were 3 threes.
Okay. I was gonna say.
He was doing grouping.
That's what screwed me up. He's like looking at his d6.
It's dead.
What's the damage?
25.
25. Alright. It is destroyed because it's undead.
Am I
That ends
blinded?
the spell effects. No, it's only the target creature. He like shoots a ray of light out of his hand.
You probably don't turn around immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good thing you finished that because he was about to go next, and the swarm can move up to 60 feet, and every creature it passes through takes a d4 of con damage.
Oh. I just.
Well, shit. I
would have been down to negative.
And with that limited platform, I was basically just be like, all right, it just snakes around everybody, impaling them with little bone shards, and everything takes
light on that trap.
demolished.
The way
Yeah,
after everybody.
good job.
Cool. Yeah. Wait. And then there was no other enemies, correct? We don't see anything.
Yeah, that's
if
it.
it breaks the trap.
This is the first
Because
room.
once again, I won't be looking at it. I'll be looking through the mirror as the light refracts.
All right, so after Grendir casts Searing Light to destroy the Bone Swarm, you guys can detect and sense that the Unhallowed and Desecrate spells that were tied to it also begin to wither away.
Oh, cool. Back to it.
But if we move in right now,
the
it will
light on
affect us.
We're already there.
Well, it will linger for effectively 1 day, but so long as you continue to find them and destroy them, the amount of time that they will linger will shorten.
Okay. What's in this room? Gimme.
All right, so now what you guys can tell is that there is just a 10-foot pit that separates the Do Not Look door from the party.
It's a door?
It is a door behind that wall of illusionary darkness.
Okay.
With a symbol of
Once
insanity.
again, guys, I want to try to cast the magical light at the door when nobody's looking at it, so nobody goes to insanity.
You said 60-foot burst, right?
Yes, but
That's how it
isn't.
normally
That's how it normally works. That's how normally the symbols work. This one only activated and targeted you when you looked at it.
Exactly. So I'm thinking the
Thankfully.
light casting on it might do something. Because
Like,
that's why he added it.
permanency on it.
I don't know though, so I can't tell you to look at it.
You don't know what.
I'm neutral.
Breathe.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that was close.
Okay, so
Almost
Issa,
like a
what are you
ruckus.
doing?
I am stepping out of the room to check on Asher to make sure everything's okay.
Yeah,
So
he's good.
Did you
And
tell us
out
not
of-
to look at the room?
I said do not look at that wall because there's a symbol of insanity.
Which is a 16th level spell cast by an 8th level caster. Or
It's an
8th
8th
level spell cast by a 16th level
I was
caster.
like, 16th level spell? That's
You're,
like a Zeus spell.
And
Look,
you're
I'm
throwing a
walking
lot
in
of big
sand,
numbers
no.
at me. I'm going to take it
But
as disrespect.
there is a door.
Yes.
But it's-
It's
Strong.
on a door.
Shame. We'll never know what's behind that
I
door.
don't speak Draconic.
Shame. Throw an acid orb at the door and burn the door down so it'll.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't have an acid orb.
I have actual acid.
But do you have something that sets doors on fire?
I do.
Fire.
I can set a door on fire.
Can
called
you
a
just
match.
destroy the
It's
room?
a-
Alright,
Wall
so
with your eyes
Issa, you just check on Asher.
I walk out of. I
Yeah,
said
you
walk
walk
out of the room and check on Asher.
Okay, anything
And
else?
if any of the other people, I doubt they had anything.
Alright. Gauss.
Right. I say, hey, that door we're not supposed to look at. Conspiratorially, come out. Why don't we set it on fire? Come out. And then I'm gonna walk out, and I'm gonna go towards that giant pit over there, towards the mausoleum.
I'm going to miss him.
Okay.
Do a spot check.
Okay.
How far can I see? With
How
dark
far
vision.
can you-
Yeah, how far does your dark vision go?
60 feet.
You can see 60 feet.
Anything down the pit?
The souls of the damned.
Wait, but you're up here.
So, as you look down 60 feet, it just looks like more ancient staircase that has been kind of broken away. However, there is significantly less damage down there, and it looks like that if you were able to descend probably about 30 feet, you would then be able to no longer have to make climb checks at using that portion of the stairs.
Wouldn't we have gotten this information prior? Because I did a perception check down there.
Did you tell anybody?
Yes, you would have gotten that. I thought you were trying to detect enemies,
No.
not the terrain. And so the only enemy you detected was via sound.
Via sound.
Okay, but yes, you would have heard the same. You would have saw the same thing.
Right.
Like,
And I would have told everyone that. So.
okay, yeah.
I didn't
But
until
you
waste his
didn't.
turn.
So okay,
Sorry.
let's give all the
With your
credit to
perception
Jay.
check, I assumed you meant you were looking for enemies, and so the only enemy you detected was the one,
Okay.
the wyvern farther down in the pit.
Yeah, I'm not telling nobody nothing.
Okay.
Man, I didn't see shit.
All right, so you move there, you do the check.
Yep.
Top of 3 with Van.
Oh, and how tall are the ceilings? Like, are there
On
ceilings
average,
above
it's
us?
80 feet.
I'm good.
Alright. There could be something behind that door, but it's not worth the risk right now.
That could always be worth the risk.
Wait, what risk?
Well, if someone put a symbol of insanity on that door, that's typically
there's
protecting
creatures
something.
there.
But it's not worth the risk right now. We can come back to that.
Would
Well,
you
I
like? Would you like to roll a spellcraft on the symbol of insanity to learn some things about it?
As long as I don't actually look at it, sure.
No, it's just
I can
it's
remember
just
it's in
recalling
my
what the
brain.
spell is capable of doing.
Yeah. Sure.
Simpson gift.
25?
Yeah, 8, so DC 23. Okay, so traditionally, because it's mind affecting,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't affect undead, which is usually why evil sorcerers who are undead prefer those symbols, because it's a great way of keeping out living creatures from their homes, quote unquote. This one is significantly different. Rather than emanating a 60-foot burst dispensing the negative energy magic,
Mm-hmm.
instead it seems to kind of focus on anybody who looks at the symbol. So it's functioning as more of a hazard than a trap.
So with that knowledge, could we just cover it?
Yes, you would know that if you broke line of effect from the symbol to you,
Mm-hmm.
you would end its effects to be able to target a creature.
I got a plan.
But it would have to be a substance, not a lack or presence of light. So if you had like a sheet or a canvas or something like that.
I have
Or
a plan.
shield.
How big is the?
All right, I need your help. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take some cloth. I'm gonna walk backwards towards it. Someone's gonna stand in front of me while I'm walking backwards towards it, so I don't make line of effect, and I'm blocking line of effect to the person watching me, who can coach me to the mark. The second it's there, I will turn around while shutting my eyes and put the cloth over it.
But it's etched into the door.
But if we can't see it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I
What
could
he's
use-
suggesting is if you can cover it temporarily, you would be able to then deal with the door.
Good thing
Yeah.
we have that glue to hold the cloth.
And I also made some accelerants. Only takes a minute for it to cure.
There we go. We have a you can put the glue on the cloth, and I can just slap the cloth
Gal's
up there.
put the glue on. I'll put the accelerant. We'll use you to block it. We'll cover it.
It's a good plan.
Good cloth.
Okay.
Go do it.
So this plan would work because you have an actual material that's breaking line of effect between the symbol and the creatures in the party.
Exactly.
All right. So in order to implement this, what we're going to do is you'll need to do a quick craft alchemy check in order to combine the glue accelerant to the canvas in such a way that it would create your blocking mechanism. I'm going to set the DC to 18.
You could also just
Because that's
take
relatively
a couple of
simple,
arrows
just
and
painting
stick
glue on the
them
back
into
of
the
the
wood.
You ain't even
canvas.
got to
I
roll
pass.
Okay?
I have a plus 22.
You pass. So now you need to find a way across this 10-foot chasm pit between the party and the door. So if you want to do either an acrobatics or a jump check.
Well, let's see.
I assume
Let's-
he's
let's
gonna-
find
Jump is
out.
acrobatics, but yeah.
I assume you're gonna want me to help you with this, cause
I could just fly.
Where is jump?
It would be under acrobatics
Wait,
because they
yeah.
combined it.
So I can do acrobatics or jump, which
Okay.
is under acrobatics.
Yeah.
So I can do acrobatics.
I defaulted back to my 3.5 mind where jump was its own skill.
Risk anything.
You should. Oh well.
You can assist him, yeah.
Who wants to do it?
Yeah.
I mean that's an 18.
So with a running jump.
Oh wait, I'm raging. 19, 20, 21, 22.
Okay. Did you assist?
What do I need to assist?
A 10.
I automatically succeed because I have a 15 in acrobatics.
Okay, so effectively between the two of you combined, you're able to do a limited running jump because there isn't a lot of uninterrupted space with the amount of people out here on the platform. But the two of you working together, you're able to get Ricardo over the pit to the door to apply the adhesive canvas.
How big
So
is
I
this?
stand at the edge of the cliff. You yell "Rust Monster," and I just leap for it.
What's the square footage on the symbol?
It would be small, within 1 square foot.
So, a square foot?
Yeah.
All right, that's one glue gone then.
Gotcha.
Okay. Rael and Ricardo, when you are at the edge of the pit, jumping over, when you look down into the pit, you can see the remains of 3. They look like either orcs or maybe hobgoblins or really big or just really big kind of standard goblins down in the pit.
Dire hobs.
It looks to be like a source of food that the altar was consuming for some reason.
Okay.
All right, now we have a door.
I alert the party of 3 dead bodies of potential loot lying at the bottom here. But first, I need to undo this trap.
Okay. Well, you at this point you've successfully negated the hazard, and so the door will be able to open freely on its single hinge and reveal the inside.
Oh no! All right, so we have undone the insanity thing.
Yeah.
That's my only concern.
Yep.
And how deep was the pit?
10 feet.
10 feet. Do we want to search these bodies?
You guys can
No.
search the bodies.
That was just a clever way of saying there's bodies down there.
Yeah.
I think it's more important we make some type of rope bridge to get across. 10 feet's easy for me. Alec might have a little fun with it. Grendir and Full Plate might find it a little cumbersome.
Yeah.
Same with Sherman and our clerical Freya.
Are the bodies more corpses with nothing on them, or tattered and...
Yeah, they're shreds of what's left.
Is it mainly just clothes?
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume they have no viable loot on them then.
Okay.
Detect magic?
I say we send Gauss down
Probably
there
focus
anyway
on
to
the
check it out.
crosswalk.
I would have done that while I can. Since I'm looking down, I have to detect magic up still.
Okay. So after the jump in Ricardo would have been Junica. Junica passed his turn. Next would have been Rael. Rael, you can cast your detect magic down into the pit. You do detect a faint magical aura coming from the pit.
Just point to which one.
You want to jump down there and investigate it?
Well,
Or just-
I want to unlock the door.
Okay.
Anything else, but I guess I'll be a team player this one time, and I'll look down the pit to see which body and or see where the aura originates from.
Okay. Are you actually going into the pit to investigate?
No, I'm not gonna go down in that fucking pit.
Okay. So roll perception.
All right.
If you want, I'll lower you.
No, I just don't want to get stuck in the pit and then you guys fucking ditch me. Because that's something 2 of the members of the party definitely would do.
You're right.
So perception.
3.
Yep.
28.
28. Okay. So with that, the bottom of the pit is a false bottom. If you were to apply probably more than 20 pounds of pressure, it would open up. You don't know what's on the other side, but you definitely detect that it is the false bottom is kind of disguised as this bottom of a feeding pit for the altar.
Oh, well,
But
really?
because of the swarm nature of the altar, it was never heavy enough to activate the pitfall.
Oh,
It is now.
And at this point, the tattered remains of these 3 creatures are light enough that it is effectively just their clothes, which is preventing them from fully contributing the trap to open.
I will relay this information to the party.
Okay?
So nothing worth grabbing.
Do I have enough action economy to make my way over to the door and perception check that?
Yes. What is your bonus to acrobatics?
My bonus to acrobatics, 15.
Alright, yeah, you can't fail getting across the pit.
Alright.
Alright, so, yep, we'll go ahead and let you do a perception check on the door.
15.
Okay. And you're detecting traps?
Yes. Since detect magic is up, if there's a magic trap other than like the
Yeah,
insanity
the symbol. Yeah.
symbol.
Okay.
See it, potentially.
The door looks safe.
Alright.
You detect no traps. You push it open.
Push it open slightly.
Okay.
Roll a reflex it is.
Shut up.
All right. Entering the initiative is a creature known as a Hell Widow.
Look, maybe you guys can
From-
talk it
from
out, get some
cr-
counseling.
From you opening the door.
I didn't bust it open.
I know.
Okay.
But as you disturb its lair, it reacts and enters initiative.
Okay.
All right.
Is that spider type?
It is of a creature type spider, yes.
On a
This is a
scale
magical
of
beast.
Ricardo to Gauss.
Yeah, how
good
big
was
is
its initiative roll?
Don't you dare say Usher.
No, it gets a 19,
Okay.
which is just before Junica.
Okay.
Before Joshua.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spiders.
It spends an action. It spends one standard action in the surprise round of you activating and entering its lair.
Pretty surprised we did that.
Okay, so then
Would this be a knowledge nature then?
you don't actually know the creature's name yet.
He said, nope.
Plot twist.
Okay, yeah. So in this case, you open the door, and relatively close to you, but not within melee range, you would interrupt the creature feeding on some type of cocoon web that it's got bundled up. In this case, everyone on the platform can roll a knowledge planes to try to identify this creature.
30.
You will identify it instantly.
Could I do a nature for her, Jason?
No, because this creature is not native to the prime material in any way, shape, or form.
21.
You will know what it is, but not what it can do.
Cool.
Anybody
I
else?
cannot exceed 10, so I'm not going to bother.
Okay.
I have no knowledge
Yeah.
under this subject.
All right, so this is a Hell Widow. It is a large arachnid-like demon. It is think
Black Widow with a red skull on its butt.
no, it is actually
Dragon?
made of a shadowy fire. And its webs also deal fire damage, as they have this similar cursed flame associated with them.
Would I know if it's invulnerable or vulnerable to some certain type of damage?
Yes, you would know. It is immune to all forms of fire damage. It has resistance to acid and cold damage.
Alright, no vulnerabilities.
None. It has DR10/silver. You need silver weapons to fully damage it with basic melee attacks.
It's like my time has finally
You would know any creature caught in its
That's
webs would take automatic fire damage on top of the grappled condition.
Heard that.
But it's only resistant to...
Acid and cold, but it is immune to fire.
Oh.
And he would
That
know
makes
this.
more sense.
Yeah.
Immune to fire and
Yeah.
all that.
You also know that it has a poisonous bite. The poison is incredibly toxic, capable of draining an individual's life within 1 round.
Huh?
Stay the fuck away from that thing.
Wait, capable of what?
Let's just shut this door.
Actually, because you rolled high enough, its bite does a d6 of con drain.
Oh!
Not damage.
Not
thing-
damage.
Drain.
Drain.
No, well, it's good
Now,
that we have a biscuit for that.
drain is something that the biscuit would be able to correct. However, you would have to survive 24 hours of the D6 of con drain before the restoration could kick in and remove it.
I don't think any of us
less
could.
at this point, but yeah. Okay. Now, drain is not removed by lesser restoration, and regular restoration only removes 4 up to a D4 of points of drain.
So the biscuit's literally our only way out, but someone has to like constantly be channeling a heal spell into us to negate the effects of the con drain.
Right. So the con drain. Let's assume the worst, and she rolls a 6 on the bite. Your con score is reduced by 6 temporarily, which means since everyone's level 7, your current hit points and your hit point total would be reduced by 21.
Ouch.
Right?
Yep.
So notice how it deals damage to your cap and your current at the same time. Which means also, let's say afterwards, Grendir goes to channel, you would only be able to heal up to your temporary new maximum hit points, which was lowered by 21 points. Okay? Do we have any questions about drain versus damage?
Close the door.
Okay.
Is anyone in there yet?
Rael and Ricardo are at the door, and everyone will get one action as a surprise round as they interrupt the Hell Widow feeding, thanks to Rael's card, where you surprise it, and it does not surprise you.
Oh, I'm still very surprised.
Are we gonna roll on new initiatives or just stick with the current ones?
We will stick with the current.
Okay.
However, I will restart the initiative to keep it simple, to make sure everybody gets their one action within the surprise round, including you. So, Van, your surprise round.
Yeah, well.
Unless you successfully identified this creature, you wouldn't really know what this is yet.
I just have some kind of freaky spider.
Yeah.
Okay.
And something else is, something else that I guess, per the raw, you attempted to identify it innately using your nature skills, and it failed to connect any kind of trigger to your mental repertoire. So, like, yeah, it's way too different.
This could mean a number of
Extra
stuff.
planar, even.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drink an ablative barrier extract.
Just saying.
Okay, so that's your standard action.
Still.
Yeah, because
Oh,
I
you
get
get one
one for a surprise round, correct?
Yep. Ricardo?
Ricardo, shut the fucking door.
Don't do it yet, don't do it yet, don't do it yet. Don't do it yet.
Okay, Ricardo jumps across the castle.
Okay, what's your bonus to acrobatics?
Mine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
10? Okay, go ahead and roll your acrobatics check.
It's gonna be an 8, so
You
18.
pass. Yeah. Alright, so that's your one action to clear from the door.
Yep.
I guess Junica is going to attempt to roll it to see if she can identify the creature. She does not.
I yelled out loud once I knew what it was. Like, I figured I would have told everybody.
Well, there's like 3 to 4 seconds between you recognizing what it is, and within that time frame, like, other people have also started acting. So on your turn, as a free action, you can announce those details. But Junica fails to identify the creature, and so she's going to just ready her crossbows for when it comes out. And she'll order the peasants to basically, like, muster up behind her and, you know, get their weapons ready. Rael?
Can I set one of the scrolls on my way back across this pit?
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
I will attach it to the door.
Okay.
And I will move my way across the pit.
Okay, and you can't fail. Check. Alright, and that was one of the explosive runes?
Correct.
Okay. Alec? So you begin, announcing to the party what it is.
Yeah, I tell everybody what it is, and I'm going to. Because he said not to close the door, so I'm guessing we fight it. So I'm going to cast slow.
What is Alec doing?
Alec has slow on it as soon as he sees what it is.
Okay, you see it, you cast slow. Will save?
Yeah.
Right?
Plus one? Not for you.
What's the DC?
19.
Is that with the plus one?
You can still roll a 1.
Is that with the plus one from the ring?
20.
Okay.
You should probably adjust your DC.
Probably adjust all those.
She fails.
She is slowed.
Yep. Alright. Grendir?
Alright. Grendir is going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
And is going to attack.
Your one standard action is to summon the spiritual weapon, because this is the surprise round.
You get a giant fly swatter.
Yeah, essentially. And then Sherman is going to move. So they're already by it?
No, they have retreated away from the door.
Retreated away from the door itself.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to join them at the front embrace.
Okay.
We did shut the door.
Oh,
He
okay.
put a trap on.
Oh yeah, no, it's across the chasm too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, then he's going to stay where he is by the brass doors.
Did
Or the-
he just call it a chasm?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is it?
He's a dwarf to him.
Issa?
Chasm. Chasm. Or it's not
Like a
chasm.
character? It's not a character.
Yeah.
But when I want.
Ready to shoot any
What
enemies
about
that
cheese?
come around any range?
Cheese is fun.
Okay.
I think depends on the language the root words.
I know, I'm being a dick.
And Gauss?
Right. So, I'm gonna, since I moved out of the room, back out of the pit, unless there was any time in between all that. Am I still right there, outside the room?
No, you probably wouldn't have just been hanging out down there. So
Okay.
you could have moved up.
Okay, then since I don't know any of this is happening, I'm gonna go towards that pit and then try and inspect it for magical items.
This one.
Yeah, the one that has a trapdoor in the bottom.
Okay. So you move into the pit?
I'm gonna move up to the pit.
Up to the pit. Okay.
Right.
So as you're moving up, you see the entire party bracing their weapons and stuff for a fight.
Alright, and the door's been closed, and how big's the door?
Standard door sized.
So would a 5x5 cube of stone block it, obstruct it, to prevent a medium-sized
Destroy
creature
it,
to...
maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pebble away.
No, that's it. Do anything.
Okay.
I'll detect magic down in that pit, so to begin my 3 rounds of locating whichever magic faint item is down there.
Okay.
Hmm?
All right. So that was the surprise round. Did everybody act?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Van?
I am not actually in that room.
Be glad.
I realize this now. But I will position myself to where I could shoot into where the hell spider thing of death can be, but at a safe distance.
Okay.
Because I have no idea what it actually is and what it can do. I just know it's this weird spider.
Yeah. Well, Alec has started to explain what it is.
I would have heard.
Oh shit!
Immune to fire at that point.
Yeah.
I should preface that
It's
thing
the
with that.
devil's ex-wife. Run!
They closed the door, so
Yeah.
I'm not worried about no spider.
And explosive trap.
It had no hands, right? So he can't open the door. We're fine.
Yeah. All right. So that was Van. Ricardo. So you do know for a fact that door is now trapped.
Yes, but I also know how many times I've walked through the same type of trap door just to go, I've singed my eyebrow. And that's much bigger than me. I don't know what it is, because I don't know shit. But I know it's bigger than I am. So I'm gonna tactically retreat behind Asher
Okay.
to provide support and cover for him. She is a good pupper.
Okay. Anything else?
He couldn't fit through the door.
Switch to my club.
Smash this.
Okay. The widow takes a turn.
Okay.
It's slow.
I don't feel like she's gonna come out now.
The cleric readies a standard action to shoot anything that comes out of the door.
Yeah.
Rael.
Comes out.
Ready a standard action to I don't even want to go. You know what? My weapons are drawn. I'm just gonna keep looking down in the pit. Like,
Okay.
I already know what's down there. I already relayed the information, but you know, why not?
You guys are just like,
Yep. Magic item.
You know, that's a nice pit.
That looks like a horde.
All right,
I'm gonna
Alec.
add that to my horde.
Alec is going to make sure he steps away from. Yeah.
You know, Asher is not a door to hide behind, guys.
I mean,
I'm not hiding. I'm supporting.
Donning my armor.
I'm just gonna back here, so.
I'll pass at the moment.
Okay. Grendier.
The last time I was at the
job.
door with Rael ran
You
and
just
I
save
ended up
class.
getting butt fucked.
So right now, the Sherman I want in the front where,
Alright, so we're
in front of
going to
Asher, I
doors
guess,
now?
because his reach.
Yep.
So he's going to brace, and then Grandier will join next to him, I guess. Yeah,
Okay.
and Grandier will prepare to. What should
Are we expecting this
I
spider
do?
open
To
the
attack
door?
with spiritual weapon, and I could have attacked on that first round. So
Yes,
yes.
I think we're waiting for him to bust through it, to be perfectly
Okay.
honest.
Issa.
Like, I asked the question, are we expecting this to bust through the door?
Essentially.
At this point, yes.
We opened the
And
door
you
so
said
we didn't want to
it's
see you
immune
close
to
the door.
fire, but we trapped it with a fire trap? Which one did you trap it with?
Explosive runes.
That is fire damage.
It's force damage.
We should take
It is not just force damage. It is fire damage.
Does this go off the spell explosive runes?
Yes.
66 force damage.
Maybe in 5th ed.
No, it
Maybe
says
in
abjuration
D20
for
PFSRD, explosive runes.
Ooh, yeah.
Let Dylan look it up himself.
60, dealing 60 cents of force damage. Anyone next to the explosive ruins, close enough to read them, takes the full damage, no saving throw. Any other creature within 10 feet of the explosive ruins is entitled to a reflex save for half damage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Is it on our side of the door?
It's
or-
on the interior of the door.
He made
So
sure
if
he
it,
did
So
that.
it's probably
so if
already
it,
gone off then.
no, because it has it's by scratching it. That's
Yeah. When the
great
seal is
guy
broken.
when the seal is broken. So I just stuck it on the door, and if it tries to, bash its way through the door by any force or movement, and it just unhappily
Would
hits
you
that.
say you put it like on the edge of the door so if it opens it, it'll break?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what he's saying.
Yeah.
He
I literally
trapped
just
the door.
stuck it in
It's
there.
the
and
exact
it's
same
like,
trap you guys were working with up above.
Now,
Yeah.
my question is,
I have 6 of them.
Sherman is
They're
very well
horrible.
acquainted, and so is Grandier.
Okay, cool.
The
I get
feet
it.
mostly are.
Oh, let's
Like
go.
a pig
You know how
sits
they
like
kill
this.
people.
okay.
Yeah, it is force damage. I'll tell you that much.
Alright, so we did
I'm done.
that. Alright.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do. So.
We can all just gather around this pit and take a look.
Nice pit.
I'll load a couple arrows and shoot whatever comes out the door, if anything.
Okay.
And after another round it doesn't come out, then I'm gonna go.
Just walk the opposite direction. Eventually,
We
hear a
gotta go
bang.
down the stairs eventually.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm.
In time. In time.
It's not gonna come
Okay.
out.
So Gauss.
I see commotion. But are we fighting this thing? Spider? I look at you, Alec.
Don't look at me. I don't know.
Grandier? Do we do combat battle? Come out.
I think we're waiting for it to come through the door.
Alright.
I don't really know.
I'm gonna do the thing.
It was very scary looking.
I'm gonna do the thing. I
You
do the
gonna
thing.
knock it?
You're gonna open the door to the spider and throw it at it?
No, I'm just gonna toss it in front of the door, which, releases it. Releases my 5x5 stone cube.
Yeah.
And block off the door.
Smart.
Okay.
That's it. Go back to look at my pit.
Alright, you know the door opens away from you, right?
Yeah, but I said was it enough to block the door? That's why I asked last round.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, it can still be opened.
So it still gets the explosion, but then there's a rock in the way.
Right. That was
Okay.
my
I
idea.
just wanted to make sure we're on the same page. The door can still open. There's just the block isn't.
Yeah, but now it's only got half the door it can crawl through.
First gonna be
So
boom.
it can still get out. The door isn't blocked. It's just.
It's
like
a large
it
creature, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
It's
large.
gonna shoot the
But that would be a
rock
tiny
out of
opening.
the
It couldn't
That's
be-
what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. What are the chances that explosive rune's gonna fire that rock at us, Gauss?
It's a big rock.
There's no way that spell's moving that much mass.
Okay, I'm just
These are
making
questions
sure.
we
Yeah.
need to ask.
Alright, so
boulder
we're gonna
fly
fall
at
out
us.
of combat initiative and go back to regular initiative.
Do
That
we hear
was
a boom?
that was the first. No, the door doesn't open.
Okay.
I guess
Happy
it
where it
didn't
is,
want-
apparently.
Yeah, eventually it's just gonna.
It was just like
Just listen and wait.
The door was shut. We just
Yeah, we just had like a real like.
It's a
You use your fake voice noise to make it sound like the door's knocking in the creature's head.
Well, now that we've taken care of the
Oh
monster,
god, that's
I
a
guess I can
brilliant
check.
idea. Alright. I cast messages. Which totally bypasses wood, by the way. I can do this. So I cast message at the creature in Draconic and say, hey, what you doing in there?
Does it
Do I
understand?
get a message back?
no.
It's not sociable, guys.
Really? Doesn't want to say hello? Have a chat?
Practicing social
Try
distancing.
offering it mating.
Giggity.
Okay, so
You like my pit now?
yeah, Alice, you're inspecting the base of the pit.
Alright, so after 3 rounds of detect magic, I would like to detect exactly where the magic is so I can fly down there and get it.
Okay,
It's a false
you
spot.
detect after 3 rounds of magic, there is a small magic wand.
Right. I fly down there and get it.
Okay,
Fly back out of the pit without setting off the trap.
okay. Alright.
What is the wand?
It's a wand of shield with 8 charges left on it.
Sweet.
Do we have like a 20-pound weight that we can just trigger this trap with?
I don't really have anything that's 20 pounds that we can just drop. You have a boulder, though.
we did have a boulder at one point.
Reindeer. It's not just a boulder.
It's a rock.
I mean, there's enough debris around here
I
that
mean,
you
you
guys
can
could
just
get
shove the
20
altar
pounds
in
worth
there.
of stuff to drop.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll gather 20 pounds worth of stuff and just start throwing it.
Okay, so at this point, I'm going to say your slow has worn off because it's only 8 rounds.
Hey,
Think
what
the
was
bottom
that scene
opens
from Lord
up.
of the
Out
Rings
comes the
when
creature.
they knocked that bucket down the pit?
Pit.
Yeah?
Yeah. All right, so the group kind of gathers up 20 pounds worth of stuff.
I walked over to the stairs.
Yeah. The group gathers up 20 pounds worth of stuff,
Rocks.
of rocks.
Yeah.
You throw it down onto the trapdoor,
Mhm.
and as the trapdoor activates, you can see that it opens, and all of the debris kind of sitting on top of it falls into a giant vat of black acid.
Ew. That's right.
This is paper acid.
Yeah. You take a -2 on craft alchemy and analyze this substance. If you were to fall in that, you would take 20d6 of acid damage instantly, and every round you were in there.
Should get a glass vial and save some of it.
Hey, Grandier, you should come over here and have a look.
Do you have that invisible
Reindeer
hand
just
spell thing?
just
Mage
smells
hand?
it. He's like, oh.
Oh yeah, there is
Yeah.
a caustic burning smell in everybody's
Okay.
noses right now.
I need your help.
Let
Al.
me see if it's
I
prepared.
mean, me and
I need you to use Mage Hand. I'm gonna give you a glass vial to fill up with some of this acid because that is some potent stuff.
All right, you
It would melt.
it destroys the glass on contact.
Destroys the magic on contact. Destroys the air on contact.
I use my
20d6
mage hand to
is
scoop
fair
some
enough.
up.
Okay,
Destroys the mage hand on contact.
And
it doesn't destroy the magic.
Oh, you
And-
can fling that at something.
Yeah, I was trying to think of what to put it on. I don't know what to
door.
do though with it. So like,
Well, if we were fighting the thingy.
If it destroys the glass, then there's not. I can't contain it.
You would need a +1 glass vial. Just then to be magic, and they ask
I
you
mean,
to
you're
destroy.
not wrong.
I cast magic weapon on the vial. +1.
Sorry,
I mean, he's not wrong.
magic weapon. It would have to be a magic item.
I don't think that's a spell. I could use
It would be magic item, yeah, or
But-
magic weapon.
Okay, I break the
Ooh.
top off so it's
If
kind
we
of
wait
sharp.
10 minutes, I can do magic weapon.
Throwing items are weapons still. Are we actually doing that?
Anything is a weapon if you piss the DM off enough.
So are we actually doing that?
But then he won't let us throw anything.
Yeah, if that's what
I have
you,
thrown
if that's
anything.
how you
How
want
long
to
is
waste
your
the
mage
spell,
hold?
that's
If you
fine.
can hold it long
Okay.
enough, you can come over
But
here.
this
and
sounds
Do
throw
you
it
really
back.
want to use that
good.
spell?
No.
Pause.
Okay.
How,
I
I'm
could
looking up
just
how long
push the
it
mage hand
how long it
away with.
lasts.
Can we
Oh,
throw it
yeah.
at the
I'll do
dragon?
that.
That's up to you.
Huh?
A
I'm
minute
saying
per
this
level.
feels like a good natural.
Do you think you could
pausing
use it in the
point,
next couple
but that's
minutes?
entirely up to you.
I think we're gonna
On the
end it
door
about
over there,
12:30.
maybe.
Yeah, I think we're gonna
want
end
to?
it here.
No, don't. Let's not focus
If you want
Shiramabi's
to
door.
use your spell, we can.
Let's not focus Shiramabi's door. I don't want to deal with that.
We have
Not
to
yet.
kill the
We
dragon.
gotta do it eventually.
Or we can just start down the pit.
We could. That's
Why
what-
not do it with the most amount of resources?
Start making it rain acid.
Yeah, do it.
But wait, we
Right
gotta
on
kill
the
the
dragon.
dragon before we kill Shiramabi.
20d6 is a lot.
Yeah, we
We'll get
kind of
back
have to
to that.
navigate.
We'll come back to this
Yeah.
pit. We
Come back
take
to
note.
this
You said
pit.
26 of acid damage?
Yeah,
you
if you
don't
were to
know
fall
it
into
does
the pit.
20d6 damage.
Yeah, but the vial probably not 20d6. But still though, we're to try later.
Yeah.
Maybe we can drop
I
the
can
spider
break a
in it.
vial in my hand.
Can I calculate how much d6 would be in one vial?
A d6.
Oh. That's not that special.
Yeah, you need
it's
a
the sheer
flask.
volume of active acid that does the
Oh,
damage.
we won't even fuck
That's-
with it like that.
I don't need to refill my acid. Let's move on.
No, but here's what we do: we grab Shiramabi by the body and we throw him
You were
in the
implying
acid.
like this is like xenomorph blood, where one drop, it's going straight down the
Yeah. That's what we were thinking.
Yeah,
Well, we
it
were
is
wrong.
like that. Except
that
that there's
volume.
like 100 gallons of it.
I'm telling you, we gotta drop the spider in it, but later.
One vial
Yeah,
of
but-
xenomorph
what?
blood is not 1d6 of damage, my friend.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it would be because one vial is a small amount.
And we're moving on.
All right.
There's nothing else in the room, correct? We have found nothing else? Just the wand shield that Gauss picked up?
Yeah,
This
you
is like
didn't
when
go
I
in the
picked
room.
guns.
Well, I meant the room. we're
Oh
in.
yeah, yeah. If you would call that a room,
This
then
is
yes.
Did we see anything else in that room that was worth coming back for later with the hell spider thing?
No, because of how quickly it was noped. You don't look into the room and really see anything.
Then I'm gonna recontact the
I've been
spider.
told by the DM
And I'm
on
gonna
several
ask her,
occasions
why
it's an
is she here?
acceptable form of handling a combat.
Yeah.
Gauss,
Sometimes
could
you
you
can.
try?
Fuck that.
Yes. I know. I'm sure you can do it, but can you try using common?
You would
might
know.
understand the words
You would
just
know the
said.
only language this creature could understand is infernal.
He only speaks Strickland. I don't speak.
Not even abyssal.
No.
Dang.
Okay, but either way, now I know we need to keep this fortress because now we have a way of destroying evidence of major crimes.
That's true.
Oh,
You just
oh,
want to throw
Tom,
his body.
you just killed a priest. Oh, if only I had like 100 gallons of high-proof acid.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
To the pit.
Planning my
To
next
the
murder.
mausoleum?
Learning tongues.
Why does it say death this way?
Does it really say that?
Yeah.
It's right here.
Oh yeah, let's go to the mausoleum.
That's
I want to
why
go to
I'm
death.
like, I don't want to go that
Next.
way. I don't
Yeah,
wanna-
let's
Once we
clear
learn
the
level
floor.
5
We'll
spells,
maybe come back to Hell
um,
Spider. We'll go to the
permanency is the
mausoleum.
one spell I'm getting.
Fair, right? Huh?
Yeah, you see this?
Yeah, that's the main. That's,
So many
that's the
spells
main
is gonna
dude.
be
We should.
constant.
You know
and
who
He's
you
right
see
now
this pit?
possessing the wyvern.
Bradley
Don't
the
have to
Big.
worry about
I don't think that's how that works.
it. Look, I'm an alchemist.
You can
I
roll
know that's
knowledge
how it
religion to
works.
see if that's how that
Yeah,
works.
if we
I tell Grandier with confidence that's how it works.
It's not how it works.
with confidence, let's see how much my knowledge religion believes that.
Roll
Roll
a,
a one. Please
wisdom.
roll a one.
About as much as
No.
we believe you didn't pay me to kill that lady.
Sense motive?
27.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
Yeah, I only got a one.
A
so-
portion of the wyvern is either like influenced or dominated or controlled by Shiramabi, and it has become vampiric. But the actual creature, Shiramabi, is definitely within the
Hey,
two
let's go
bounds.
Quick
down
question
there.
for dominate. Is it a concentration spell?
No.
Yeah, we had to have him
Does it
restored or
offer
something.
spell resistance?
Yeah.
Not that it matters
Well,
though.
I'm not leading the
How did we
march.
dispel it last time?
Do we want to go into the tomb or do we want to go down?
Yeah.
Go down and kill the wyvern.
All right, we're gonna put it to a vote since we can't really come to consensus. Junica and the others declined to vote as they are following the group. Issa, are we going down or are we going to the mausoleum?
I think it'd be prudent to go down so we can fix the rest of the crystals, and that will make it more docile, as they said in the papers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we have one vote for down. Grendier?
Down we go, and so does Sherman.
Gauss?
Down.
You
Four
won.
votes down.
Down, 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 down.
Oh, it's going
Yeah,
down.
I think there's a general consensus of
I say
down.
tomb just to get devil's advocate out there.
We're going down.
We got the four.
We're
Down
so
because
all
we
that-
don't want to fuck with, the actual potential god.
All right.
Hey,
The
Van.
vote stands 7-1. The party descends down, and that is what we're going to call it. Next week, we will pick up with the group moving farther down into the Cyclopean Deeps.
Have a dream.
No,
We're no. What the?
you
Dang.
have forsaken your goddess, and she's mad at you.
When? No, we fixed this like a month or 2 months ago.
She doesn't forget.
He also.
You haven't done anything to make up for it. You
That's-
just said you were
You
sorry.
didn't even get her flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what you can really use? A hand.
I pray every day.
Anyway, Van,
Yes.
because you played devil's advocate, I do want to point out that a jar of your mutagen is now sitting on top of that trap right there in the center.
All right. So next
it's
week
not right
we are
here.
going to pick up with the group descending farther down into the pit.
Just because I have spells, but how many
Alright.
rounds was it?
That's if we actually play next week.
10.
Oh, we have plans not to.
Have you met this goddamn group?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, if we play next week.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Is there an XP you want to get that? Or?
No, when you guys actually do an encounter,
We fixed the crystal.
yeah. Okay.
Technically, that spider
had, like,
counts as an
7
encounter,
super
and so does the
fast.
altar.
Fine, let's go fight the spider, huh, guys?
No, you guys will get XP when you clear the deeps.
I was just clarifying. That's fine.
Actually, no. If you can actually clear one of the floors, I'll give you XP for that because they are very challenging, and there's a good chance that 1 or 2 of them may get you up to 8 before you go here.
You guys want to go
I do have a request. Can I have the level up card for level 7? I didn't
No.
get it yet.
I
You
gave you
have
one.
You have two.
No, those were 2 from my
I gave
house.
you one.
No, I have Perception, Wrath, and the first one I ever got. I don't have any. I never got one for 7.
Dylan, he worked 12 and a half hours last week.
12 and a half hours.
Yeah, this one was my computer bag, so like I just re-found that one. To be honest.
We probably
Losing
gave you
Dylan's
another one
cards.
because you lost that one.
No, because you wouldn't give me one if that had happened.
Okay.
You'd been like, you lost my card, Josh. Why would I give you another one?
He's right though.
That's kind of lucky you just gave it.
It'd be fair.
Yeah, it's almost like we
Keep the
need
new
to close somebody's
Tavaric,
fucking hamburger.
No, yeah.
Twice.
Well, we're in a challenging area, so I just want to make sure we have all our resources.
Here, we did that.
Is there anything else you
Yeah.
guys mentioned want to do? Something?
Got one. Come on.
Awesome. All right. Continue this next week.
Shiggity